Hey everybody, whenever you're watching from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we're back in the Alchemist of Ars Magna to continue our playthrough. Last time, we were in the middle of chapter 3. We were in the middle of chapter 3, and I've also kind of just decided that if ever we reach a point where like I have to farm a lot of material, I'm just gonna do the farming off stream because I don't want stream. I don't want like half the stream to be like me, literally running the same stage over and over again for materials. It's fire. So yeah, after we do some like main story stuff, I'll probably try and find like a point where I can like save and like. Or when we're close to like ending the stream, we're gonna try and find like a point where I can just like save, and then basically that's where I'll do the farming off stream, so that when we come back next week, you don't have to watch me do the same run or the same like mission over and over and over again just for materials. Yeah, hey Steel. So we actually kind of got through halfway of the trail here, so we're just gonna continue this mission. Yeah, there was like the spiritual market for each. Okay, if it was like a sip and if it was beer, like that's probably fine. Don't do like hard drinks, man. Like, oh man, are we really gonna make a drinking game out of this? Oh. Anyway, let's go to full screen. But yeah, let's continue where we left off here. We have a battle coming up, and then I think I'm gonna go through this outer area. Oh, actually no. I think since there's a trap and a battle over here, I think we might try and go through here first. Take the heal and then go back to clear the trail out. Oh, actually no, we'll see how much damage I take from the traps. I think we might be fine. Are used. Maybe he's really sorry because I was still hungover. Yeah, actually. Bro.
日頃の研鑽の成果出てたかな。
Yeah, there's actually kind of something wrong with the mod that we have from the conversion. To say if there's something that's like not working, I already talked to the modders for the converter to see if there's like a fix for it. But like worst case scenario, like we're just gonna have to play through the game with that feature like being broken. Okay, the damage wasn't so bad. Cornelia, nice. Another Crest of Remora. Some Remriza. And actually the bonfire is like not that far actually. So we could just get a heal here. You mentioned Crimson Desert? I think so. I think it was Steel. Well, someone mentioned Crimson Desert. I was like talking about how I didn't even understand the game at all. I didn't understand like the hype around the game.
グラビティプレス行くわよ。
シールドブレイカ
影縛り
It might have been U-Spar, actually. Maybe.
ワイヤー先陣ダンサーロットアイスアディッション。日頃の研鑽の成果出てたかな。
Let's play it. Yeah, probably same for
こ
me.
こ
I
で休
think.
憩タイムね。
Moxpar took a fierce turn. Scholars who were not used to actual combat were at mercy to the dolls that were programmed in combat. Many of them lost without being able to show their abilities. However, Shin and the Harmonia team managed to survive and were one of the few teams that managed to collect flags. There's a flag on the observation tower.
残り時間から言って最後のチャンスになると思う。観測塔のフラッグを取ることができれば優勝の目はあるよ。
Around the observation tower, several dolls were placed. Because of their superior defense, many teams avoided the tower. Finn and his group hid from the dolls and planned out their strategy.
ドールの索敵距離が分かったのは大きなアドバンテージね。おかげで落ち着いて対策を練れるわ。フレンの情報のおかげなの。
Right, it's just, yeah, it's so weird that that was like the special prize.
僕は大したことは。ここまで来れたのはセレスさんの戦術が優れていたからです。そうだね。今度もセレスの秘策に期待したいところだけど。
The group eyed the tower from the shadows. There stood Maltina, protected by a group of dolls. So the observation tower is Maltina's area. Doesn't look easy to break through.
フレン、マルチナの指揮するドールは私たちを優先して狙うよう設定されているのよね。
Those if you had to play to understand that, I don't mind. That's scary how actually huge it is. That's all I say. I mean, we did like kind of touch on it being like another open world game, right? So that's not surprising. Like if you're gonna make an open world game, it has to be like big and also has like a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of stuff in it to actually fill the space, right? Like that's kind of the point.
はい、そのはずです。その設定、こちらで逆手に取れないかしら。
Thinking some this one.
というと？おとり役が引きつけている間にフラッグを回収するのよ。
Alice explained the concrete plan to her teammates.
大丈夫かな。かなりの数のドールを相手にすることになるけど。自信があるわけではないけど、残り時間を考えたらそれしか方法はないと思うの。そっか、セレスはキスがかかっているんだものね。キスのことはともかく。
Her cheeks flushed but continued to speak.
私、今日の演習で何か掴みかけている気がするの。だから自分がどこまでやれるか試してみたくて。
It'll be really funny if they named her as the MVP. So like she'd have to kiss herself? Question mark?
セレスが燃えているのだわ。
We can't lose to her. Amidst the spar, Shin noticed Cella's movements were starting to look different. They were able to gather the flags without losing any members. Was largely based on Cella's flexible strategies. Okay, let's go with Cella's plan. I think this is the best choice we have.
ありがとうシン。結果は出してみせるわ。ここまで来たら当たって砕けろってね。砕けちゃダメだけど頑張るわ。
They didn't have much time. They all nodded as they darted out from the grassy area. Over here, Maltina.
来ましたわね、ハルモニア派の皆さん。飛んで火にいる夏の虫ですわ。
Nurturing some narcissism there. Just as Shin sprung out, the platoon of dolls instantly went into battle mode. Having no emotions, the dolls were able to get into immediate action. it'd be hard to win if they actually fought, but we have an ace up our sleeve. Friend.
はい、シンさん走れ雷撃シ
Leaping from Shin's side, Friend quickly threw his kunai blades. The kunai blades were specially made using the same materials as the dolls. It struck the main control of the leading doll, causing a severe spark. Knowing the structure of the dolls, this was a trick that could only be precisely done by Friend.
なぜフレンあなたがヘンリーは友達だから、それに姉さんに卑怯な真似はしてほしくないんだ。
Friend threw several more kunai blades and deactivated more dolls. Way to go, Friend. Okay, now's the chance. Taking advantage of the time Friend created, Shin and the others hurried forth.
行かせてはなりません。迎撃なさい。
They're quick to reposition.
私たちも息を合わせましょう。
The group of dolls moved like a single creature and blocked their path. Finn and Stella stood back to back as they held their weapons while the dolls prepared to siege.
エーテルギア、シャイニーヒルト、コモンスペル展開。
Stella's ether gear was a cup-shaped hilt with spells engraved on it. She may not excel in controlling complicated spells, but she knows how to efficiently form spell expansions that are easy to use during battle. After taking out her ether gear, it only took her a mere second to form a blade using liquid metal. The enemy doll leaped toward her as Stella stabbed it with lightning speed.
力はいらない。相手の動きに合わせて流れるように。ピアッシングウィンド。なんですって？誰が2体同時に？セレス、すごい。ドール相手の戦い方が分かってきたわ。
Wielding her sword, Stella had a look of confidence on her face.
ドールは団体での動きこそ優れているけれど、個々の戦技はパターン化されている。その動きの癖さえ読めれば、相手を多数ではなく未熟な戦士一人一人と見れば脅威ではなくなる。未熟な戦士ですって？騎士ごっこの王女風情が。
Stella's sword flashed as another doll crashed. Like she said, it seemed like she saw through the doll's movements.
そうか、ドールの動きを読んで最適の術式を知識じゃなくセンスで展開してるんだ。
This is Stella's talent. No, her ability she had developed from her hard work. The dolls may have sensed a threat towards Stella and focused their attacks mainly on her only. Notice some of the Japanese when they're talking? Sort of. There are some words and phrases that like repeat, or not repeat, but like words and phrases that I've heard pretty much like everywhere else when I'm like watching anime, like watching something like Japanese or listening to Japanese songs. So I kind of get what some of them are saying if I'm not looking at the subtitles, right? Despite the dire situation, Stella showed no signs of panic.
もっと動きを研ぎ澄ませて、できる頭の中のイメージを形にすれば。シャドウステップ。
Drawing the dolls as close as she can, she twirled her body like a dance. For a moment, Shin thought the doll's blades pierced Stella's, but that illusion quickly disappeared and reality appeared half a step away. The dolls that attempted to strike her were struck by their own blades. Did she create optical refraction in that short moment?
一体何ですの？いつの間にそんな。その華麗な剣さばき、まるで本物の王子様ではありませんの。王子様？ドール、いつまで手こずっているの？さっさとすりつぶしなさい。
Maltina was fired up. She even summoned the dolls waiting in the tower and tried to put Shin and the others at mercy with sheer force. Alright, if we can attract the dolls like this. Shin spotted a way to win and recap Stella's plan in his mind. That was when...
しょうがねえな。だから錬金術師って人種は自分の道具への過信が過ぎるってんだ。
Albert? His voice rang from the top of the observation tower. That was an unexpected intruder for everyone. Progress halted on Hiragana, Katakana, and like 50 kanji. We'll try to return to learning someday. Yeah, definitely like more practice needed. Well, in my case, like I haven't even like properly started studying. It's just that there are just words and phrases that I just always remember because I've heard it like so many times. As he jumped from the tower, he attacked Shin as he barely dodged it by rolling on the ground.
ここまでよく生き残ったな、シン。教官らしくレッスンしてやるよ。
アルバートは監督役じゃなかったの？それに人間同士の戦いは禁止されてるはずじゃ。
それは参加チーム同士の話だ。心配すんな、手加減はしてやる。弾も剣も模擬用の獲物だから死んだりはしねえよ。それに一応ルールにはのっとってやる。この胸のバッジを取れればお前らの勝ちだからな。
そんなヘリクツ
Arya protested, but Oliver didn't seem like he had any intention of backing out. The Harmonia team had no choice but to get into a battle stance.
シング、彼を倒さないと例の作戦はうまくいかないわ。
I know. Besides, I'm the one who originally asked him to train me. I can't run away now that he's here.
死んだらそう言うと思ったわ。
Shin readied himself to go up against Albert. Meanwhile, Maltina also placed a command on the dolls to make a formation to support Albert.
これだけの数のドール、相手にできると思って？降参するなら今のうちですわよ。すべてのドールを相手にする必要はないわ。突破口を開くことさえできれば。
Used to hear the 50-day stream duel like I jumped in a friend's stream recently and realized I still don't know me. Yeah, let's do it. Finn and Celis sprung into the enemy's front line. The others followed their lead. Time until the end of the Mox War was short. The final moment for them has only begun.
戦って前に進まなきゃいけない時もある。
Why does Albert have 3000 HP, dog? What the hell? What is he weak to? He's weak to dark. Just dark. Crap. Okay. Oh no. Try a hard impact first, and then he's not weak to wind, right? Like, yeah, he's resistant to wind and fire. Just take normal damage from everything else. I'm gonna pray for a paralyze, I guess. Pray for a paralyze, and then we definitely need the cross guard here. Do trap net, and then we'll go shadow bind.
クロスガード。
Farm more for I don't think it would have helped, to be honest, considering how much HP he has.
影縛り。アイスミッション。
Magic weakness, okay.
トラップネット。
Down to 1! Dog.
ハードインパクト。
Down to 1! You're kidding me! Oh, man. Evasion, and then I'll heal Shin here, and then oh, Fran has a heal for the entire party. Okay, interesting.
Shadow step, heel step, gravity press, 前進。
Oh god, ow.
シールドブレイカ
Physical weakness, okay. Hard impact again. And then we'll do an ice arrow. And go for an etheric blur, I guess. And then heal Shin again. This is Freddie Mercury. Let's try using this one
ヒ
actually.
ールステッチ
クイックショット
Ow.
術式展開氷の矢よエーテリックフレール直先行
ハードインパクト
How many? We've put like so many status effects on him, bro. Let's see. I think we can go for another gravity press, or actually no, his technique down is already on. So I guess we can go for a rocket smash. Oh, he's resistant to wind though, is the thing. Ah, screw it. We'll just use it. And then another cross guard. And let's do another trap net. And we'll do a piercing blade.
先陣を切るクロスガードトラップネット先陣ロケットスマッシ
We did it! Dude is causing epilepsy to you. Dude, he has like so many.
錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ
We put so many debuffs on him. And then the color was like changing. Oh. At least it wasn't like flashing pretty hard. It was just like weird looking. We got Tourmaline.
ュエーテルギアスパイラルサーキットブースト
Oh, she had like more lines. Whoops. Arya dug into the ground with her legs strengthened by her ether gear. Breaking through the wall of dolls, she extended her arm to steal Albert's badge.
甘いな動きが直線的すぎる
Albert drew his gun and aimed at Arya. They were non-lethal rubber bullets for training, but it was enough to stop his target and fling off her badge.
アドンバッチが
Bro, he's that accurate? What the hell?
これでお前さんはリタイアだなさて次は
Albert ducked. That was when kunai blades grazed past him.
今ですシーサー
Just when an opening was made from the kunai blades, Shin lunged at Albert with his blade. Their blades crossed. Their weapons continued to clash as they swapped positions repetitively. Shin's weapon was his blade from his gauntlet, and Albert's was an imitation sword. But with the strength applied, a bone or two could easily break. In the extremely tense state, they were clashing with all their might.
やるじゃねえかシン
I'd better get at least a shot into you.
意気込みは買うがまだまだだな
Ugh. Shin lost his balance as he defended the powerful strike. Albert spun his body like a wheel and continued his attacks.
バッジ狙いだってのが丸分かりだぜそれに言ってんだろエーテルギアの性能に頼りすぎるなってな
Ooh, that's true, but... Shin held up his gauntlet to take on the attacks from Albert's blade. Nevertheless, Albert saw through him. Shin noticed Albert change the grip of his saber. He must be trying to break Shin's blade. Soon after, the blade on his gauntlet disappeared. Albert stumbled as he missed his targeted blade. That was Shin's last chance. While falling forward, he took a strong step before tackling his opponent. Point blank range. Activating his blade again, he raised his dominant arm.
こいつ
Albert deflected his upper body. Shin's unrelenting attack seemed to have failed, but
しまった
Albert let out a shocking cry. His badge was cut off his top garment as it went flying. It made a nice arc and rolled off into the distance. I did it.
あの土壇場で自分から獲物を引っ込めるやつがあるか
I had to believe in my ether gear to do that.
お前
You said they were too confident about their tools. I think we alchemists do carry that habit. But if we understand its characteristics and use it like our own limbs, it can become our greatest weapon. The blade on my gauntlet is made of liquid metal. If you've mastered using the Aether Gear, temporarily disarming it is easy. Prince's quick thinking and bravery allowed him to catch his opponent off guard.
負けたぜ。こりゃ一本取られた。
Well, if this were a serious match, I would have lost. He tried holding back as much as possible so he won't hurt me, right?
シン。大したやつだ。
Albert shrugged and spread his arms to show his sign of defeat. Looks like he managed to win against Albert. Shin felt awfully relieved.
シン、まだ油断しないで。戦いは終わったわけではないわ。
Yeah, I know. Turning around, Shin saw an overwhelming amount of dolls. Seemed like Maltina had summoned all the dolls in the area to gather.
よく戦いましたが、健闘もここまでですわ。ご覧なさい。私のドールたちはまだこんなにいます。消耗の激しいあなた方に、もう勝ち目はありませんわ。
Maltina spread her arms as the remaining dolls quickly formed a line.
あの数、まずいね。ごめん、私がリタイアしてなきゃ。
No, Arya, you did a great job. Still, the doll's endurance is amazing. I wonder what is used for their power.
シン、観察をしている場合ではないのだわ。とうとう諦めたのかしら。当然ですわね。怪我をする前に降参するのが賢い選択ですわよ。
This blade is made of spiritual mercury. I don't even know how they make the spiritual mercury out of the branches of longevity when it's literally just a log, right? Like it's literally just a piece of wood. How the hell did they get mercury from a piece of wood, man? Like, you sure don't have enough strength to take on the dolls.
ええ、悔しいけど成功法で勝つことは難しいわ。あら、自分たちの負けを認めるのですわね。
No? Shin shook his head as Sal's placed a sly smirk.
降参はしないわ。それに負けたつもりもない。何を言って。
Burn it in distilled condensed mercury profit. Maltina raised a brown suspicion at their words, going against what she said. The next moment, Shin rapidly swung his gauntlet. Henry, now!
ドールは私たちが引き受ける。だから任せて。みんなの頑張りに応えるの。
The one who responded was Henry, who was left unmarked due to Shin and Celis' actions. Crossing her arms, she released a thin, flexible thread. It shimmered in the sunlight and sprinkled particles of light as it lifted Henry's body. The thread she extended was hooked on the tower walls.
なんですって？まさか狙いは？
That's right, she doesn't have to take care of all the dolls. As long as we get the flag, we win. Maltina looked up in shock, but it was too late. Henry already entered the tower through the window. In order to let Henry go in, we had to attract the dolls and make Albert in an immobile state.
なるほどな。バカ正直に正面から突っ込んできたのは何か魂胆があると思ったが、こういうことだったか。
It was Cella's plan. If it weren't for her, we wouldn't have made it this far. Also, Shin and Albert managed to hold a one-on-one since we had Arya and Friend as support. Each member was able to use their skills to the fullest, so the Harmonia team was able to grab hold of victory at the very last minute.
フラッグ、手に入れたわ。
Henry came down from the tower with the flag billowing in the wind.
まだですわ。ここであなたたち全員をリタイアにできれば勝利は。
Just when Maltina was about to place a spell on the dolls, the sound of the bells echoed throughout the area. That was the sign that the mock spar was over. It's done. The mock spar.
ギリギリの戦いだったけど、私たち生き残れたんだね。あとは結果だけど、すべての力を出し切れたのだもの。どんな結果になっても悔いはないわ。
Her expression was filled with a sense of accomplishment. On the other hand,
そんな、どうしてですの？
Maltina fell to her knees.
勝てなかった。卑怯な手まで使って必勝を期したのに、こんな低たらく。姉さん。
Bren quietly leaned up against Maltina as she sniffled.
悔しいですわ、フレン。私のドールはまだやれました。負けるはずなんてなかったのに、どうして。やり方を間違ったんだよ。シンさんたちの足を引っ張るんじゃなく、自分の力を磨くことを頑張っていれば、姉さんはもっとやれたと思う。
Maltina hugged Friend and cried against his chest. Seeing his sister in this state, Friend gently petted her.
なんだか攻めにくくなっちゃったな。
フレンはマルチナのこと本当に大事に思ってるのね。私たちに協力したのもマルチナに目を覚ましてもらいたかったからなのだわ。
Hey, Golden Fish, thanks. Hello. Is it weird that I find the crying kind of hot? Sorta. Possibly. I guess this will be on behalf of Friend.
ええ。それにしても、あんな風に泣きじゃくるマルチナ、久しぶりに見たわ。
Jin and the others smiled softly while watching her with a little dismay until she stopped crying. Eventually, she turned to the Harmonia team with her eyes still swollen with tears.
皆さん、これで勝ったと思わないことですわね。見ていなさい。今回のデータを蓄積して、ドールはこれからさらに強くなりますわ。だから覚えてなさいな、セレス。この次はそうはいきませんわよ。
望むところよ。私だってまだまだ成長する。だからこれからも切磋琢磨していきましょう。
少しは認めてあげますわ。錬金術師セレス。せいぜい私を失望させないことですわね。
再戦を楽しみにしているわ。
Alice happily smiled as she held out her hand. But Maltina turned away and walked into the tower without shaking her hand.
それにしてもマルチナさん、どうしてセレスを目の敵にするんだろう。姉さんにとってセレスさんは王子様だったから。
This one is a vibe cutter. I don't think that's a fair comparison. The dolls are much more competent than AI, I think. They did help out against the situation last time, you know. I don't think our AI would have been able to do anything.
すみません。僕、姉さんを追いかけます。皆さん、今日はありがとうございました。それじゃ。
Oh, Friend. Ren turned around several times and bowed before going after Maltina. Jin and the others appeared puzzled at Friend's last words.
どういう意味だろう、王子様って。セレス、わかる？
え？ああ、何かしらね。
Sure, I have to take it for my everyday life. Dallas had a vague smile for some reason.
でもマルチナが主人だとフレンも苦労してそうなの。
That's a good idea. But that aside, how are the results for the mock spar?
順当にいけばお前らの優勝だろうな。ところで MVP の報奨のことを忘れてないか？
あ、
Albert had a look of amusement as Sally's cheeks turned slightly red.
優勝チームの MVP がセレス姫のキスをもらえる。仮にハルモニア派チームが優勝だとしたら、その光栄に属するのは同一になるかね。
Well, that'd be Celis, right? She took care of the dolls the most during the battles.
おいおい、つまんねえこと言うなよ。それじゃあ姫さんが自分で自分にキスすることになっちまうじゃねえか。
そうよ。活躍の度合いで言ったらアルバートからバッジを奪ったシンがふさわしいのではないかしら。
Does that mean you'll kiss me?
だったら私だって負けてないのだわ。最後のフラッグを取ったのは私だもの。私だって頑張ったよ。最後はリタイアしちゃったけど、フラッグ獲得数では地味に私が一番なんだから。
おっと、女の戦い勃発か？シンを MVP にしちゃその唇を奪われちまうもんな。
Albert, you're having fun, aren't you?
監督やら教官やら面倒くさい仕事を押し付けられたんだ。ちった意趣返しさせてもらわないとな。それで結局どうすんだ？この際だ MVP は姫さんに決めてもらおうか？
私は。
Stella's eyes swam around. It went from Shin, Arya, and Rei before taking a breath as if she made up her mind.
待つのだセレス、早まってはいかん。
Where the hell did Big Daddy come from?
学長？
Everyone was startled at the sudden appearance of the Chancellor. He was raising a bunch of flags in his hands. Oh, he joined? No way, man.
どうだ、そなたのために集めたフラッグだ。すごかろう。
This guy, bro.
あの本数、私たちより多いの。
おお、ありゃ間違いなく優勝だな。
あれ、ファウスト学長一人で集めたの？すごい。
Why did he join? Or actually, no, why was he allowed to join, rather? He was probably gonna join if he was allowed to join. So, like, why is he allowed, bro? Yeah, amazing. Amazing, but so immature. The same thought crossed everyone's mind, but swallowed their words.
教員の演習参加っていいんだっけ？ましてや学長が。
You sure are a doting parent, Chancellor.
さあセレス、遠慮せず我が胸に飛び込んできなさい。そしてそなたの柔らかく愛らしい唇で父の方に口づけをしておくれ。
Chancellor Faust opened his arms. Alice came to her senses before smiling at her father.
親子である前に錬金術の指定違いますか？
それは。
それに事前にチーム登録していない学長の乱入は明確なルール違反です。その勝手な振る舞いが模擬戦全体に類を及ぼした自覚はおありですか？
しかしだな、私はそなたのために。
知りません。ルールを守れない方に栄を受ける資格はありません。学長は猛省を。それでは。
待つのだセレス、セレス！
And so, the mock spar came to an end. However, the events had a subtle impact on the structure of the academy and continent. Bruh. The next morning, Shin walked down the hallway to attend the lecture. It was hard to believe how peaceful the academy returned after the commotion from the monks' bar. That was when Shin noticed Celis walking from the girls' dormitory. Good morning, Celis. Are you going to class too?
ええ、そうよ。奇遇ね、シン。
Celis shyly smiled with a light blush. She seemed to fidget a bit as Shin wondered. Celis, is something wrong? Oh! Did you hear that? A soft touch pressed against his cheek. At that moment, Shin's thoughts froze and he stared at Celis. But why?
ご褒美。私にとって MVP はあなただから。
Celis.
みんなには内緒よ。それじゃあ私先に行ってるから。
Must have been the wind. Celis quickly ran away from the scene. Shin stood there for a while, even after she disappeared from the hall. Lately, Shin would often lock himself up in the library. To find ways to purify the Venus gods, he had to understand the details about the biology and structures of the gods. Therefore, Shin dug through every book specializing in gods and took part in lectures held by professors who researched about gods. However, he did not find any relevant information. Prior researchers thought reversing the eclipsing effect from the Venus gods back to the gods was impossible, and no one has ever looked into it. Looks like alchemists deify the feats by the apostles. That was what Shin felt as he continued his research. The apostle Hermes Megistus' word says he was a messiah that may have been a single sage or a group of people. Out of his many accomplishments, the most specific example would be the creation of artificial gods. The apostle creating gods as a protector of Socie was far beyond anything any modern alchemist can do. Of spiritual Mercury that someone saw that? Probably. It was in the morning. It was like people going to class. Even Professor Johann of the Marduk College gains information by draining the knowledge out of origins. The more I look into this, gods are created very specifically, as if they have their own world. Shin raised his head from the books and loosened his muscles. Henry, who was beside him, got behind and massaged his shoulders.
熱心なのはいいけど、あまり根を詰めない方がいいわ。
But even now, Marduk is still protecting the purification furnace all by herself.
錬金術の探求は焦ってするものではないの。私を生み出したアスタルテも長い時をかけて賢者の石を完成させたはずだわ。
There are no shortcuts to an investigation. I recall my master saying that many times. Unable to find an opening to his problems, his view on things may have become narrower.
トントントン。ぐりぐり。どう？気持ちいい？
Yep, it feels great.
それならもっとしてあげる。アリアに教えてもらったの。トントントン、トントコトン。ぐりぐりぐり。カチコチお肩と疲れたお目目をつぼ押しぐりぐりほぐしましょ。
Did you learn that from Arya too?
これは私のオリジナルなの。シンにだけやってあげるから、みんなには内緒よ。
Thanks, that makes me happy. Shin decided to bask in Henry's comforting massage for a while after that.
ああ、シン、エリちゃんもちょうどよかった。
They bumped into Arya at the central hall. She was searching for them and rushed over when their eyes met.
ソニア先生がいいものを手に入れたから集まってほしいって。
いいもの？
それは見てのお楽しみよ。でも過信浄化に関係があるんだ。
Really? Shin and Henry faced each other in surprise. 20 minutes later, all the members of the Harmonia College gathered. With everyone in sight, Sonia stood there looking proud.
パッパーン。これが錬金術奥義の極致、コスモの海板です。
Map? This?
すごいものなの？
Yeah, I've only read about it in reference books, but... The map is an alchemy tool that constructs a virtual space on a board. It requires detailed preparation, but it can project various things depending on the pieces used for it. Since it requires extremely high-level spell controlling skills, it is said that at least 3 of the highest-ranking alchemists must join forces to create one. Chancellor Faust invented it, and due to this accomplishment, he was considered as one of the 3 sages. His alternate title included pseudo-world based on this map.
海板を使えば、私たちの住むソシエと同じ環境、法則を持ったもう一つの世界を観測できます。この海板の実用化によって、複雑な条件の実験や実証試験が可能になり、錬金術師は多くの恩恵を受けられるようになったんです。ファウスト学長のおかげで、いくつもの研究が飛躍的に進歩したんですよね。
Wow, Chancellor Faust sure is amazing.
ただの親バカじゃなかったのね。
Hey now, Henry.
構わないわよ。
Stella let out a small giggle, amused at Henry even pointing it out.
でも無事、借りられてよかったですね。ソニア先生。それはもう、海板自体とても貴重なものですから、これまでなかなか許可が下りず、歯がゆい思いをしていました。でも、やっと順番が回ってきたんです。それもシンくんたちのおかげですね。
I didn't really do much.
いいえ、ホレブ山でのことといい、先日の模擬戦といい、最近になってハルモニア派の評価が見直されてきているんですよ。それはみんな、あなたたちの頑張りがあったからこそです。それを認めて、今回こうして海板を回してくれたんですから。
I see. I'm glad we were able to help. She nodded to Henry in solace and basked in the sense of accomplishment.
さて、せっかく借りられた海板です。私はこの機会に、家臣についての調査を進めたいと考えています。
Investigation of the Aegis Gods. Miss Sonia nodded as she ran the control spell on the surface to operate it. Dome-shaped barrier was created around the map. Inside of it was a diorama of a garden with green grass. This is the virtual space on the map. The great thing about the map was how you can observe events occurring in the virtual space from the outside. If you control the spells, you can monitor the data numerically as well.
先生、それでこれから何を？
まあ、見ていてください。もう準備はできていますから。
Sonia maneuvered it, and then a single point in the virtual space was picked up. On the grass, a caterpillar about the size of a human child was crawling. What? Did I read that wrong? A caterpillar about the size of a human child. That's big. What the? Huh? Is that a god?
私の契約しているファミリア級の送信です。その分類を盤上に疑似的に投影しました。ですから、あの送信は幻ですけど、盤上に限定すれば本体と変わらない構造を持っています。
It's a copy god recreated by the map.
今から彼を国化し、家臣にします。
He's getting a little matrixy. It kind of is, right? Because like the whole, like we're on this continent, but we can't even see the rest of the continent because like the entire area, the entire country is like surrounded by dust, right? But there's something outside of that boundary, in wherever the hell the dust is coming from, right? We just can't see it. Oh, in a way, we are kind of like in an enclosed world. Even before the scene, right? Even before the scene. What? With the sudden statement, Shin's eyes widened in shock.
送信がどのように汚染され国化するのか、その過程とメカニズムを知ることができれば、浄化の可能性についても検証できるでしょ。
でもかわいそうだわ。わざと過信にするなんて。
あの送信は海板に投影された幻。 本体の彼にも納得してもらっていることです。
過信浄化の道を探るには、これが最も確実な方法なのね。
In that case, we definitely have to make the most of this opportunity for the sake of the gods who are cooperating with us.
始めます。
With Miss Sonia's words as a cue, the experiment began. Dark dust appeared in the garden on the surface. The dust collected and sealed using a special method was sprayed into the virtual space. As long as the barrier was in effect, Shin and the others would not be affected, but the virtual space was rapidly being contaminated by the dust.
極化が始まった。
It happened 30 minutes since their observation. The caterpillar-shaped god's shell started to stain like ink blots. When the god consumes more dust than it can consume, eclipsing happens. The corrosion occurred simultaneously as its appearance gradually changed.
送信の持つ免疫以上のダストを浴びることで黒化が始まるようですね。確かに最初は免疫力が働いてダストを無効化していたように見えました。
But once it surpasses its limits, it eclipses. I'm sure that the limit varies under the god's type and class, but...
もう一度実験してみましょう。
Miss Sonia reset the settings and showered the familiar with the dust. The group carefully watched the god.
ここの数値を見て。表皮の汚染値が増減を繰り返してる。体組織にフィルターのような機能があるってことじゃないかな。自浄作用があるのは確かなようですね。シンくん、一つお願いしていいですか？海板内のダストを吸ってほしいのですが。
Leave it to me. The control panel is... here. Shin placed his hand on the map and activated the Philosopher's Stone. The amount of dust on the map was actually very small. This much shouldn't be a burden for Shin. After removing the dust, the atmosphere in the virtual space returned to normal and the eclipsing of the god stopped.
次に、送信そのもののダストを吸収してくれませんか？
Sure, well... how do I do that?
5枚の干渉設定はこうです。ここをいじって。
I see. With Miss Sonia so close, Shin was a bit startled.
シン、集中しないとダメなのだわ。
Sorry. Following Miss Sonia's instructions, Shin separated the dust from the copied god. Surprisingly, the lower the contamination, the more the deformed cells began repairing themselves.
黒化が元通りになったの。すごい。賢者の意志さえあれば過信浄化ができるのね。
No, I'm afraid not. Shin shook his head. The reason I was able to purify the Genius God was because the eclipsing hadn't progressed to a dangerous state. So while its immune system and self-cleaning systems are working, even if it eclipses, it hasn't turned into a Genius God yet.
今度はさっきより黒化が進んだ状態を再現してみました。
Prompted by Miss Sonia, Shin tried to decompose the dust from the god. It's not working. It doesn't seem like it's returning to its original state after draining out the dust. More like it's producing more dust from its body.
過信とまだ汚染されている段階の送信だと明確な違いがあるみたい。
やっぱりそう簡単にはいかないのね。それに本物の過信からダストを吸うのは真の負担が大きすぎるのだわ。
The copied god on the map was completely turned into a heinous god. If the dust increased even further, it could have negative impact on the mechanism on the map. Miss Sonia reset the virtual system. The remaining dust was drained by Shin's Philosopher's Stone. Zealous, Enri, don't get too upset. The experiment revealed a lot about the mechanisms that turn a god into a heinous god. If we analyze the numbers we've been monitoring, we should be able to get more accurate information.
シンくんの言う通りですね。私はダストを生成するようになった期間が気になります。そこが汚染の根源なら、過信を浄化するための鍵もそこにあるかもしれません。じゃあそこを重点的に調べますか？海板でのシミュレートは引き続き行います。研究は継続こそ力なり。焦らず可能性を一つずつ当たっていきましょう。
はい、ソニア先生。過信について知ることからなの。
Members of the Harmonia College remained in the workshop all day until the day they had to return the map. From the following day, they went to analyze the vast amount of data obtained from the virtual simulations. That day, Shin and Celis attended the same class and went off to have lunch together. Based on her experience at the Mox Bar, Celis has recently become obsessed with improving her ether gear and often consulted Shin, who had a similar weapon. Shin was interested in the improvements in actual combat. After lunch, they decided to try out some spells in the front yard.
シンは以前ブレードを針のように飛ばしていたわよね。
Do you mean the blade shot?
そう、私のエーテルギアでもできると思って術式をいじってみたのだけど。
Let's see. The conductivity of the liquid metal won't be good enough this way. If you want to fire bullets, then... You can recall the formula he just learned in class and try to improve the efficiency of the spell.
なるほど。確かにこっちの方が速度も出るし、形成時の安定感も向上するわね。
Yeah. Oh wait, I just thought of how to improve my gauntlet as well. Okay, so this way... The two brought their ether gear and engaged in a discussion of spells during battles.
あら？あそこにいるのマルチナよね。
You're right. Looks like she just came back from outside the academy. Even from a distance, they could see Maltina briskly walking with the wind brushing off her shoulders. Today, she was accompanied by a woman in an officer's uniform from the Royal Army. Is she a soldier?
あれはサーシャ？
Is that someone you know?
ええ、でもどうして彼女が？
While they spoke, Maltina noticed them and came by. The soldier in question followed.
ごきげんよう、お二人とも。こんなところで油を売っていてよろしいんですの？過信浄化は諦めたのかしら？
No, we haven't. Also, we weren't killing time.
だったらいいのですけど。ハルモニア派がグズグズしている間に、我々は順調にことを進めていますわよ。
Maltina eyed the woman beside her as if she wanted to introduce her.
こちらは王国軍の優秀なる士官、アレクサ。
ご無沙汰しております。ご創建そうで何よりです、姫様。
ええ、サーシャも元気そうでよかった。
Interrupting Maltina, the soldier spoke up as Celis responded gently.
シン、彼女はサーシャ。私が王宮にいた頃、この駅士をしていたの。
アレクサンドラ・マウザー少佐です。今はダスト戦線の士官としてカイマの対策を任務にしています。
サーシャには以前とてもお世話になったの。私の剣術も彼女に手ほどきを受けたものなのよ。
I see.
いえ、私など基本の型を教えたくらいです。姫様は昔からとても筋がよろしかった。
Alexandra, the female knight referred to as Sasha, bowed humbly.
マーザー少佐にそんな経歴があったなんて聞いていませんわよ。
特に聞かれておりませんでしたので。
とにかく。
Trying to change the subject, Maltina placed a forced smile on her face.
我々マルドゥック派は軍との提携を進めています。マウザー少佐が来られたのはその確認のためですわ。
Partnership with the military must be about the dolls. The military's incorporation of the dolls and an official deployment to the Ore battlefront has been rumored for some time. Due to the results of the recent spar, the schedule has been pushed earlier. With that spar, the dolls showed a lack of battle experience but did leave great performance data.
すでにドールの納品は9割方完了。あとは各地への配備を待つばかりですわ。
ホレブ地方に新設させたプラントにてドールの増産も進められています。我々軍部もドールの活躍にかなりの期待をかけています。
その通り。マウザー少佐、そこまで言わなくてもいいんですわよ。
なぜです？機密の問題なら王女でもあらせられるセレスティアーナ様にはお隠しする必要はないかと思いますが。
これは管轄の問題ですの。
あ
He's too fixated on the rivalry, man. It seems like Sasha doesn't understand the extreme rivalry Martina holds between the colleges and the academy. Despite Martina explaining, Sasha did not seem to understand.
とにかくそういうことですので、マウザー少佐、さあ、こちらへ。
あ、わかりました。姫様、失礼いたします。
ドールたちが大陸中の家臣を討滅すれば、あなた方の出る幕なんてなくなりますわね。それでは、ごきげんよう。
The two with contrasting attitudes left the scene.
ドールを使って大陸中の家臣を討滅するなんて本気かしら。
I don't know, but the doll's potentials are still unfathomable. Depending on how things go, they do hold the potential to do so. Perhaps we need to hurry with the heinous god purification. Finn felt a sense of urgency. So, shall we go to Mount Holub again? When Shin and Cell showed up at the workshop, Miss Sonia revealed the plan for the upcoming expedition.
海盤の実験で家臣に関するデータは集まってきましたからね。家臣浄化を目指すなら実際のサンプルに触れてみるのも大事なことです。
Oh, I get it. So that's why you mentioned Mount Holub. On Mount Holub, there are Garurum and Anzu, the ancient class gods that became heinous. They are sealed and dormant now, but it is Harmonic College's goal to purify them.
まだ浄化の方法を見つけ出したわけじゃないけど、あれから確かめたいことや試したいことが出てきてるからね。私もまるちゃんともう一度会いたいし。
When will we leave?
具体的な日程は解析中のデータをまとめたり、準備ができ次第になるでしょうか。
The sooner the better, I suppose. Remembering their conversation with Martina earlier, Shin felt something uneasy in his heart. Ren has left, okay. Sonia became an ally. Put Sonia back on the... Oops. Sonia back on the formation. I think I have to re-equip. Might have to re-equip on, yeah, Sonia. Most of her stuff is like light, right? Yeah, it's like light and water. Light and water. So... Does she have... So this is single target attack, ranged. It doesn't have magic, right? Like it's only... I think only Arya has magic right now? Yeah. All of her stuff is like magic attack. Everyone else's is physical. So the only one who could really use magic boost would be Arya. And I already have that on her. We don't have anyone with fire element yet either. I guess I can give water element to Sonya, although she only has like one move that's water, which is like, eh. Let's take a save here. We don't have like a new farming dungeon yet, but we just have the main story, so let's just go ahead. Actually, let me check if I have, is there a new key item I have to make, or no, it doesn't look like it. We don't have like a new key item yet. Might kick up a little there. Did it? Did it actually, or? I think it's not as sensitive anymore for like if I'm moving my face away. Yeah, that might be because like I keep talking even though my face is like not facing towards the mic. So like maybe the mic's just not picking it up when I like move my face away. There's nothing I can craft like right now without farming. Definitely need to upgrade my dude's equipment. It's good now. First time it happened in the stream, but it was more often the last couple of streams. No, I think with the previous streams it was a different issue. It was just like my DAC being like finicky because I haven't replaced the cable yet. So because of that, it kind of resets all of my audio stuff. I have to like readjust it on the software. Whereas I think the more normal, well, I say normal, but like the more expected like pickup would be if I just don't talk into the mic. Hey Maxi Y6R8I. Hello. Sorry, I can't read Japanese well that yet. But hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, let's see if I have enough materials to get the heat gauntlets here. Need spiritual mercury again. How much do I need? I need 2 of these things. And I make, do I have enough old logs? I don't have enough old logs. Never mind. What? Hello. God damn it, I don't have enough. Well, like I said before, I'm not gonna farm midstream. I'm gonna do the farming like off stream. So let's just go here first. It was their second time visiting Mount Holub. Last time, Shin and the others learned that this mountain was taken care of by the Origin Marduk and served as a purification furnace to burn the dust. The volcano was still spewing smoke. The battle against the dust was like a seesaw battle. Seems like something passed through here. Shin stopped when he spotted trails of what looked like a cart. It wasn't there the last time we were here.
こんな不安定な道で荷車を走らせるなんて無茶をするわ。
Driving a cart up an unstable road like this is reckless.
でも何のため？マルドック派のキャンプはもうとっくに引き払ったはずなのに。
If it's not the Marduk College, who else would have any business up there?
そういえばここに来るまでに 何度か軍の運搬車とすれ違いましたね。
It seems like the military deployed a few vehicles to transport minerals to the capital. With the dust level improving, mining resumed, so Shin didn't question their presence around the area. To go up against the ash demons, many areas in the ore battlefront required weapons, therefore it wasn't strange for the military to carry material for that.
あの時運んでいたのは本当に鉱物資源だったのでしょうか。そういえばホロに隠れて中の様子は分かりませんでしたね。でも鉱石じゃないとしたら一体。
待って、上から何か来る。
Salas alerted them quickly and drew her ether gear out. A rapier blade formed from the opening. An ash demon? Why are they still active here?
待って、あれは違うの。
Henry stepped forward to stop the group from going into battle mode. Not an ash demon? That's a heinous god. No, a god? What appeared was a small boar-like god. Class-wise, it may be a familiar. Maybe that was its powers, but there was a baby boar that tagged along.
あれ、マルちゃんの献身だよ。私たちに伝えたいことがあって姿を現したみたい。
Arya, can you try communicating?
任せて、やってみる。
Arya stepped forward and attempted to communicate with the god. Familiars don't have a language. The ether gear on her arm decodes their intentions and translates to our words.
さすがアリアは手慣れているのね。
Arya was always good at communicating with the gods. She even beat me to the first contract too. Shin laughed as he recalled the times in Master Alberto's monastery. Even then, Arya made good progress in communication methods.
そんなことが？
Did something happen?
それが妙なことになってるみたいで。
Arya paused her communication with the god before turning to Shin and the others.
ウガルルムとアンズーが連れ去られたらしいの。待ってください。それは例の家臣になったエンシェント級でしたよね。はい。前回私たちが戦って封印していたはずだったんですけど。彼らはほとんど仮死状態にあるはずだわ。
つまり動けない2体の家臣を何者かが誘拐したということ？
To Stella's question, Arya nodded despite being confused herself. But who?
それが運び去ったのは錬金術師の使う人型だって。
Which means...
ドールのことなの？
With the unexpected occurrence, Shin and the others looked at each other. What does that mean? The dolls took away the heinous gods? Arya contacted the god once again to obtain more information. When the incident happened, Marduk had a difficult time taking care of it. Even during the battle at Mount Hollow, the dolls sided with Shin and maybe their actions had a reason. Maybe they found a way to purify the heinous gods and had to move it from their sealed spot. But Marduk's hopes were turned down immediately. Him that went to confirm their motives were all attacked and displaced by the dolls. So these marks were the trails of moving the heinous gods.
マルチナは道路を使って大陸中の家臣を討滅すると言っていたわね。
But according to the god, the dolls didn't slay Ugarurum and Anzu and just took them away.
一体何のために？何かの実験のためとか？
Experiment.
そういえばこのホレブ地方のどこかにマルドゥック派の極秘の工房があると聞いたことがあります。
Oh, they did mention the doll factory in the Holub region.
ええ、奏者が言っていたわ。
Thinking back, Montana did not seem to be pleased to have their information being heard. Perhaps she already knew of the kidnapping of the heinous gods. That would explain her attitude.
この送信さんが場所ならわかるって昔の行動を改装したところみたい。
I see. If it's inside a mine, it should be easy to reproduce the dolls.
だけど入り口はたくさんの道路で固められてるらしいの。正面から押しかけてもおそらく相手にされないでしょうね。門前払いを食らうか適当にごまかされて返されるか。シン、助けてあげられないの？
I wish I can, but... Shin crosses arms. Acting rashly may lead to further opposition with the Marduk College.
家臣を誘拐した証拠があれば別なんだけど。
だったら潜入するしかないわね。
Are you serious, Celis?
騎士道の心得一つ、弱き者の盾となるべし。そして悪しき行いは正すべしよ。家臣誘拐事件は私たちで解決しましょう。
Celis was pumped and was motivated to do so. Her eyes twinkled and assumed Shin would agree and think the same.
敵基地に潜入して家臣を救出。燃えるシチュエーションね。
It's not a base, it's more like a workshop.
変なスイッチが入ったみたい。それに潜入といっても、普通の手段では返り討ちよ。
An alchemist's workshop normally has many traps and securities set to repel thieves. There are many devices set to prevent burglary in the academy and the Harmonia College's tower as well. The security must be outstanding for the latest weapon factory for the dolls.
正面突破は難しいかしら。どこかから忍び込めさえすれば。
古い行動を改装したとさっき言ってましたね。ええ、彼が教えてくれました。
Arya answered after pointing to the boar-like god.
その行動がもしかして別の行動とつながっていたりしないでしょうか。
I see. I've heard that if it's a big mine, the smaller mines are connected like an underground network. Maybe if we follow an old mine that hasn't been used for a while, we can sneak in and intrude.
さすがねシン。それならきっとできる。救出作戦発動よ。
Oh, but it's not like I'm agreeing to sneak in.
でもグズグズしていたら家臣がどんな目に遭わされるかわからないわ。ウガルヌムとアンズーは私たちハルモニア派が封印措置を施し安置していました。それを無断で連れ去り工房に運び込んだことが明らかになれば質問する権利はできますね。
Miss Anya, are you sure?
ええ、シンくんやセレスさんが来てくれて私も少し大胆になってきたみたいです。
If you say so. With Miss Sonya's words, Shin makes up his mind.
よーし、騎士団結成よ。
Celis threw out her rapier and raised it high in the air. After a few days, Shin increased his amount of field work. They went to a post town near a former mine to get a map of the mine. With that, they managed to figure out which mine used as a workshop for the Marduk College. With the help of the boar-like god, we were able to proceed through easily. Out of the many routes, Shin picked the one that was relatively long but seemed to be structurally stable. From here, I think we can make it to the workshop relatively safely. Shin led the rest of the members of the Harmonia College into the entrance of the old mine covered in bushes. As they did some simple research, unless there was an extreme impact, there was no need to worry about it collapsing.
さすがねシン。こんな短時間でルートを割り出すなんて。
I did something similar during the fieldwork with my master, but it seems like it won't be easy here either. Shin pointed to the measuring device. The mine that was abandoned for a while didn't have poisonous gas coming out, nor did it have poor air quality, but it was picking up faint dust signals. Seems like the dust is seeping in through the ground or water somewhere.
奥に行くほど濃くなってそうなの。海馬が潜んでいるかもしれないわ。
With the purification furnace reviving, the dust in the air is decreasing, but some of the dust is still remaining in the old mines.
どうしますか、ソニア先生。そうですね。こんなこともあろうかと対ダスト装備は持ってきましたけど。
私はここまで来て引き返したくはありません。せっかくシンが探してくれたルートなのだし、他のルートはもっと危険なのでしょう。
マルドゥックの献身も行動探索に手を貸してくれたの。送信たちの期待を裏切りたくはないわ。
If anything, I can use the Philosopher's Stone and... Shin placed his hand on his chest where the stone was. His condition wasn't bad. He also did have the urge to test his skills out from the practice bar and training.
わかりました。でも十分注意してくださいね。皆さんの力は頼りにしていますが、家臣は禁物ですよ。
Yes, ma'am. Upon getting Smithsonian's approval, the group stepped into the depths of the dark mine.
シンウ、ここから先は隊列を組みましょう。何かあった時素早く陣形を展開できるよう前衛と後衛を決めておくの。
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
では近接戦が得意なシンくんとセレスさんが前衛で。
いえ先生、それだと背後を突かれた時即応できません。ここは私とシンが前後を固める方がいいかと思います。
なんだか本格的なの。救出作戦に身を投じる騎士団だものね、私たち。
The way Celis holds an ideal for knighthood is serious as ever. She seems a bit too passionate at times, but it's nothing to laugh about. Under her command, the group organized their battle line and resumed their exploration in the mine.
私の糸が新しい縁を紡ぐの。
Okay. We got this line here. And then over here. Cool.
これは素晴らしいですね。
Copper ore.
どんな相手だって押されたりしない。
What the hell are these supposed to be? What? Cabbage? What the hell are these supposed to be? They don't look like creatures. They look like actual junk. What? What? Resistant to earth. Although I think I can just auto these.
グラビティプレス、
Yeah.
レインシュート。使命のためにもっと強くなるの。
I think we just auto these. No problem.
これは素晴らしいですね。
どんな相手だって
スラッレインシュート。
行くわよ。自分の信念をどこまでも貫くまで。
やったー、ラッキー。
Cornelian. Okay.
どんな
スラップグラビティプレレインシュート。私たちならやれて当然なのだわ。いいもの拾っちゃった。これは素晴らしいですね。
Rest of rock Paulette.
戦ってスラッレインシュート。グラビティプレス。
シールドブレイカ
この勝利がさらなる高みに導いてくれます。ここで休憩タイムね。これは素晴らしいですね。釣る糸レインシュート。使命のためにもっと強くなるの。もらっていきましょう。もらっていきましょう。
正々堂々と戦いましょう。
Diver? Dragon. Okay. Interesting.
グラビティプスラップストリングレインシュート。
シールドブレイカー。
この勝利がさらなる高みに導いてくれます。
Level 11. Oh. Next part, huh? Oh, there's a key over there.
お、この辺り怪しいな。
Key symbol gives you the key to unlock the locked route in the dungeon. Please note that the key is only valid in the dungeon you are in and does not carry over to other dungeons even if you already enter them. Okay. I see. Oh, the key is for this route over here. I see. Interesting.
どんな相手だって
レインシュート。グラビティプレス。
行くわよ。
スラッ
使命のためにもっと強くなるの。よかった、見つけたのね。休むのも仕事のうちね。
あまねく送信に力を貸してください。
Wait, hold on.
シールドブレイカー
Who's
グラビテ
this?
ィプレス
What?
スラッ行くわよ。
I couldn't like.
これが私の騎士道よ。
What was that enemy, bro? Why do we have like that looked like a mecha made outfit? What the? Ooh, Mithril. That was like the first time I've seen that enemy.
気をつけて行くわよ。
レインシュートスラッ
シールドブレイカ
グラビティプレスアイスミッション。まあざっとこんなものね。
Okay. Like this. In order to progress from the lock symbol to the route ahead, you must have obtained the key from the key symbol in the dungeon. Okay.
あまねく送信よスラップストリング
Oh, it's another
レイン
new.
シュート
Okay. I should check the name of the enemy first. Hey, Zen Gaming. The fuck is that game mode? It's a visual novel, man.
シールドブレイカ
The visual
こ
novel
れ
that
が
has like
私の騎士道よ。
very simplistic RPG mechanics, but it's mostly just a visual novel.
もらっていきましょう。
Ooh, white barrel. Okay.
ふう、疲れたもん。
And let's go back here. Get this.
いいもの拾っちゃった。
Golden pelt. Cool.
ここで休憩タイムね。
Reaching the mine was harder than imagined. Despite having the map in advance, there were closures due to collapses or decomposition. Due to that, they had no choice but to take a roundabout way.
この区画の先が工房に改装されたエリアのようですね。
We're finally here.
図面通りならこの先から工房の奥に出られるはずよ。どう改装されてるかわからないから出たとこ勝負なところがあるけど。
きっとうまくいくわ。ウガルルムとハンズーを助け出すの。
You're the Harmonia Knights. He's really into the night roleplay now.
いいわね、それ。
So let's place this mark before attempting to step into the darkness. Oh, hold up, Celis. Powder sprinkled from the ceiling. Instinctively, Shin sensed danger and pulled Celis' arm back. Right after, a loud roar was heard as the caves began to crumble. What the?
地盤が弱くなっていたの。
It's not only that just raised the dust level higher. Finn and the others instantly wore their hoods. Thick, dark dust filled inside the mine. Beyond the curtain of smoke, he could sense something powerful. An ash demon? No, a hideous god. What the hell is this, bro? What is it? What is this? What, these new enemy types, bro? What the hell? Hey, Lakshay Sansan Wall. Hello?
あれもマルドックの剣士。こんなところにまで。
見たところかなり高位の送信だったようですね。鉱山の管理者だったのかもしれません。
Oh, did the pickaxe mutate into this thing?
ちらを逃がすつもりはないよね。
Due to the narrowness of the mine, the dust spread rapidly. Unless the hinged god stopped emitting dust, they couldn't continue or retreat. You have no choice. Let's battle. Then focus and unleash the power of the Philosopher's Stone.
私たちのチームワーク見せてあげる。
Pergal, weak to water and light. Okay, resistant to earth and dark. Okay. Try the ice arrow and then what is it? Water and light. We go for Etheric Flare. Really. Right away. And then Fire Kick.
術式展開。氷の矢よ。ミリオネアチュード。ワイヤー。エーテリックフレール。
シールドブレイカ
Power heal. It healed itself? Okay. Let's go for hard impact. And then ice emission. Pulse flare. Flower string. And then go either relic. Ow! Skull crack.
エーテルブリッド。スラップストリーム。アイスエミッション。
ーハードインパクト。
行くわよ。
Light attack. Might need to heal Shin here. Good ice arrow and then I'll do cross guard. I'll have the heal stitch on Shin to keep him alive and then we'll do mana
クロスガー
blade.
ド。
Raj shot.
マナブリッド。
Yeah, the cross guard definitely kept him alive there.
ヒールステッチ。
アマルガムエッジ。
日頃の研鑽の成果出てたかな。
After an immense attack, the Genius God stopped moving. Shin breathed in the dust floating about and stored his powers.
シン、今なの。
Okay. With support from his friends, he leapt from the ground. Obtaining superhuman physical abilities from the Philosopher's Stone, Shin charged at the Genius God while soaring above. Enraged God, release thyself from the curse of the dust. Yeah. After a harsh clash, the outer shell of the Genius God concaved. Instantly, he cast a spell and shoved in liquid metal from the opening. He imagined a harpoon-like form with piercing abilities, unlike a blade. He drained the dust directly from the Genius God's body to delay its movement. That was the method he came up with after analyzing the data from the experiments on the map. Arya, Miss Sonia, I leave the rest to you.
バトンタッチね。先生。はい。アリアさんは結界の基礎を。私はくさびを作ります。シールコードオープン。月のオーロラよ、過信を沈めて。
Shin drains the dust first, then Arya cast the sealing spell. They were replicating the way they neutralized Ugarurum. But the group managed to perfect their battle flow after their previous experience. Without the dust in its body and sealed from the outside source of energy, the Genius God stops. Lastly, when Sonya strikes the wedges for sealing, the battle would be done.
なんとかなりましたね。
Yes, thanks to you guys, we didn't have to slay it. Feeling something burning in his chest, Shin felt his knees.
シン、大丈夫？
Yeah, as long as I rest a bit, I should be fine. Supported by Enrage, Shin somehow managed to get up. By neutralizing the Genius God, it seemed like the dust level has gone down a bit, although there were a few incidents, they should be able to proceed to their destination. But just as they thought that... Sella struck a light bullet that struck from the darkness with her rapier. The group immediately got into a battle stance.
今の攻撃は。ドール？見つかっちゃった。
Their sensors glowed in the darkness. What appeared was an orderly formation of the dolls. They were approaching from the Mardocologist workshop as a group.
みんな、応戦を。待ってください。 ドールたちの狙いは私たちではないようです。
The dolls suddenly split into two groups. While the main group was examining the group, the other team was preparing to transfer the Aegis God.
連れて行かれちゃうの。
させないわ。
Attempting to go after, Celis darted forth. But as if the dolls timed it, they fired a plasma ball out of it from its arm. The moment the ball made contact with the ground, it created a violent spark. The area was filled with a bright flash, blinding their vision for a brief moment. Once the light dimmed, the dolls and the Aegis God were already gone.
ドールに過信の確保をされてしまいましたね。
今の動き、模擬演習の時より滑らかになっていた。成長しているのね。
They're headed to the Mordacologist workshop. We better go after them right away.
シン、体は大丈夫なの？
Yeah, we better hurry. If we don't, they might block the entrance. He nodded to reassure Arya before running off. As they went through old tunnels and climbed some crumbling stairs, the surroundings suddenly changed. Space was illuminated by pale blue lights and filled with incubation tanks of various sizes. Many pipes and cords were on the floor that made it hard to walk on. The low hum of the motors echoing made it sound like they were in some unknown creature's stomach. What's up with this place?
ここが悪の秘密基地。じゃなくて、ドールの工場なの？
誰もいないわ。さっきのドールもここじゃないみたい。
As she spoke, Henry looked into the window of the incubation tank.
どうしたの、エリちゃん？これ。
Looking terrified, Henry points toward the tank. Shin peered into it with fear. Aegis God is trapped inside. Immersed in an ochre-colored liquid, the Aegis God was sealed, tied with many cords on its body. It almost seemed like a specimen. It was almost hard to believe it was alive, but the tank was recording values of the dust emitted by Aegis God as well as its vital activity. Don't tell me, all these tanks, are they all Aegis Gods?
生きているの？
Henry gripped Shin's hand.
過信をこんなに集めてどうしようというのかしら。
あそこ！ウガルルムとアンズがいる！
To Arya's voice, everyone turned around. The two ancient class gods were placed in a large tank.
私たちの封印は一応維持されているみたいね。でも
The condition doesn't look too good. Leaving them sealed in a state of temporary death must be convenient for them. I'm guessing this is supposed to be inconvenient. They missed it. Shin touched the panel beside the tank and began to carefully examine the details. I wonder what this cord is providing. It seems similar to the imitation blood that circulates in the god's body, but it looks like something else is mixed in.
それに濃度が異常です。こんな量の栄養を与えられたらすぐに肉体に影響が出るはず。
謎はさらに深まったわね。過信ばかり集めて生かしたまま保管しているなんて。
ここはドールの工場でもあるはずだわ。それは関係ないの？
Well, hold up. Shin maneuvered the machine and brought out the log. This incubator seems like it does more than just prolong a heinous god's life. There are traces of something being extracted.
過信から何を取り出したというの？
Hold on, Shin looked through the log and tried to figure out the purpose of the incubator. That was when...
これはハルモニア派の諸君。こんな場所までご苦労なことだ。
ヨハン教授。
Turning around at the third party's voice, Professor Johann stood there escorted by a doll. Next to him was the female army officer they met at the academy.
まさか姫様が侵入者とは。 これは一体。
大方の予想はつくが、説明してもらいたいものだね、ソニア教授。
Professor Johann casually looked down at them from an elevated spot. In the meantime, the dolls were deployed and surrounded Shin and the others.
ヨハン教授、ウガルルムとアンジュの日進は我々ハルモニア派が封印していたものです。彼らを無断で誘拐し、アマツさえこのような機械につないだ意図、お聞かせいただけますか？ここにいる日進が動かぬ証拠です。言い逃れできませんよ。
This isn't a matter of academic dispute. This is an act of betrayal of the gods' expectations and trust. Shin took out his rage bolt toward the Murder College's ways to Professor Johann, who was the leader of the college.
どうも行き違いがあるようだ。ことは急を要したのでね。連絡が遅れたのは私の不備だ。
どういうことです？
家臣の移送とその資源利用を王国より正式に許可を得て行っていることなのだ。
それは本当ですか？
事実です。我々軍部は陛下のご加盟によってこの作戦に従事していました。
Major Alexander added while glancing at Celes from time to time.
答えなさい、サーシャ。軍やマルドック派は何のために家臣を連れ去るの？
それは。
Major looked hesitant, but unable to hide anything from the princess, she began to speak.
ドールを緊急で増産する必要性が生じたのです。
Increase the number of dolls?
どうして急に？
観測塔から大規模なオブリビオンの予報が出たのです。最悪の場合、北部大森林の 30% 以上がオーズに飲まれることになります。
まさか。
With the unexpected response, the group was left shocked. Observation towers were built throughout the continent to monitor the movement of the dust. The data collected from each tower is analyzed at the weather station and the academy. The advantage of the weather station is how the movement of the dust can be predicted based on the vast amount of data accumulated. When the tower is in full operation, specialized engineers and alchemists gather to open the top of the tower and remove the limiter called the Shamash's Eye. This way, they can observe the dust in real time and be able to map the spread accurately.
本当なんですか？本当に気象台の予測が？
事実だ。実際に影響が出るのには少し間があるが、かつてない規模になるのが予想されている。
異常事態への対応のため、陛下はドールの正式投入を決定されました。しかし、侵食区域全てをカバーするには現状のドールでは数が足りません。緊急でドールを揃える必要が出てきたのです。
そのためのドール増産。父が許可を出した。
Wait a minute. Finn felt a mild frustration at the provided explanation. The answer was pretty much out, but somewhere in his mind he didn't want to admit it. That was about increasing the number of dolls, but not an explanation about bringing the heinous gods here. But if that was the explanation, then...
君の推測は当たっている、シン。仕方ない。これはマルチナ君にも明かしていない機密だったのだ。
Professor Johann sighed as if he gave up and operated the controller. The incubation tank beside him began to move and rumbled.
何をしてるの？
家臣の資源利用とでも言おう。培養層の内部は彼らの疑似血液を濃縮したリキッドで満たしていてね。仮死状態にある家臣は栄養素を常に過剰摂取することで体内にある結晶石を作ります。私はそれを腎症と名付けた。これは彼らにとっては胆石やがん細胞のように不要なものだが、我々には有益な使い道があるのだ。
After a puff of steam, something oozes out of the incubator opening. Professor Johann wipes away the black fluid with his handkerchief and held up a crystal. At first glance, it seemed like a crest. Crystal created through a contract with God. But the shimmer wasn't like a pure blue, but a blood red, like the core of an ash demon.
どうかね。この人象はたった今摘出したものだ。これはドールの動力源として利用できる。過信から生み出されたゆえ、ダストへの抵抗力も強く、純度が高いほど長持ちする。分かったかね。我々が過信を必要とするわけ。
How could you? This is worse than using guinea pigs.
過信はダストをまき散らし、ソシエに災いをもたらす。そのような存在をかばい立てする必要はあるまい。
Still, despite falling, they are gods. For the Harmonia College was searching for ways on how to purify the English gods. These actions were not something they can accept. Their ways were too incompatible.
こんな方法は人道に戻ります。すぐにこの装置を止め、過信を解放しなさい。言うことを聞かなかったら力ずくでも。
Henry readied her threads. But that was when the doll's gun aimed towards Henry. Henry.
抵抗しないでください。傷つけるのはこちらの本意ではありません。
繰り返すが、これは王国の許可を得ていることだ。ドールがなければ今度の大災害で未曾有の被害は免れない。それとも君たちは過信のためなら多くの民が犠牲になっても構わないというのかね。
Well, he couldn't find words to reply. Since the Harmonia College has yet to find the way to purify English gods, their argument against Professor Johann was too weak.
わかりました。ヨハン教授の指示に従います。
賢明な判断だ。
ソニア先生、いいんですか？このままじゃ家臣たちはドールのために使い潰されるの。マルドゥックの信頼も裏切ることになってしまうわ。
ですが、この場合どうしようも。
待ってください。一つ確認したいことがあります。
まだ何かあるのかね。
家臣の処遇について父上、陛下のご下命があったことは理解しました。ですがそれはウガルルムとアンツー、この二神については適用されないのではありませんか？
そうよ。彼らはハルモニア派の管轄だもの。学長の許可も科学派の管理する家臣にまでは適用されないはずよ。
そうであればマルトゥック派の動きは書類上の不備を拡大解釈した漏断ということにもなりかねません。
What do you think, Miss Sonia?
はい、そういった確認は来ていません。ウガルルムとアンズンの移送許可を出すなら、私に連絡が来ないのは通常考えられないことです。緊急事態だと言っても、観測塔から報告があった日時と照らし合わせれば、事前連絡するタイミングはあったはずです。それがなかったのは、マルドゥック派が強引にことを進めようとしてたからじゃないの？
Like Ugarurum and Anzu, the engine class English gods are important. In addition to that, them being neutralized from the seal is even rarer. Professor Johann must have taken the risk since he thought these two gods were active sources for producing dolls. Or attractive sources for producing dolls, rather.
そちらの指示には従います。強制退去でも拘束でも好きになさってください。けれどその後で学長、陛下に確認を取る機会は設けさせていただきます。そしてもしウガルルムとアンズーの所有権が混乱に乗じて不正に奪い取ったものだと明らかになった時は、
エンシェント級ニシンの返還かね。
そうです。私たちハルモニア派、いえホレブ山の送信にニシンを返してください。
Professor Johann's eyes were filled with hostility. While showing no emotion, his insistent gaze clearly viewed them as an annoyance.
言う通りにしないと暴れるわ。私たちだってただでは捕まらないの。
You are aware of our ability through the Mox part, right? Wouldn't it be troublesome if we destroy the machines here? Dog, why are you threatening him, man?
な、まったく。困ったものだ。
ヨハン教授、よろしいですか？姫様の要請は妥当なものと思われます。
好きにしたまえ。学長の溺愛する一人娘に手荒な真似をするわけにもいくまい。彼らは偽装することにしよう。
は、では。
私は家臣の制御とドールの調整に忙しい。あとは任せても構わないかね。
はい。ではすぐに手配を。
Major Alexandra looked relieved as she pats her chest with ease. Shin and the others were surrounded by the dolls and were escorted out. Miss Sonia let out a deep sigh once the tense mood up until now was loosened.
怖かった。ヨハン教授昔から苦手なんですよね。あの目に睨まれると体がすくんでしまって。すみません、不甲斐なくって。
気持ちはわかるのだわ。ドールよりほど怖かったの。
But we were safe thanks to Salsavia. Your argument was enough to silence Professor Johann.
まったくヒヤヒヤしました。一歩間違ったらドールと乱闘になっていたところです。
必死だったのよ。サーシャもごめんなさい。迷惑をかけてしまって。
ある意味変わっていなくて安心しましたよ。
The female officer lightly laughed. Despite being an observer, her love for Salas could be seen from her expression.
でもとにかくここに来た目的は果たせたよね。ファウスト学長の対応次第ですが、うまくいけばウガルルムとアンズは解放できます。
でも他の家臣はここに捕まったままひどいことをされ続けるわ。
まさかドールの動力に家臣が使われているなんてね。
Also about Oblivion, there was a prediction from the observation tower.
私たちにはどうしようもないの？
The earlier conversation cast a heavy shadow over their minds. Many issues are piling up, yet they are powerless and are being sent back to the academy. We can't end like this. We'll find a way to purify the heinous gods and overcome the Oblivion using our own ways.
ええ、私ハルモニア派に入ったこと後悔していない。私の持つ使命もハルモニア派のたどる道の先にある気がするの。そう信じてるのだわ。
In the darkness, Shin squints at the light seeping from the end of the tunnel. Arya has left. What? Arya has left? What do you mean? Okay, well, Arya's not in the party right now. I don't know if we're gonna get someone to replace her for the next part of the story. I still don't have enough materials for the upgrade on my guy's weapon, so we're just gonna continue, I guess. Once the group returned to the Cagliostro Academy of Magic, they immediately filed a complaint against the Marta College's actions. This was an official protest against Ugururum and Anzu being used as resources without the permission of the Harmonia College. With that, Chancellor Faust's ruling was quick. The Chancellor accepted the Harmonia College's request and had the Marta College return the two gods. The procedure and decision in the Academy meeting went surprisingly smoothly. The matter was settled for the time being. But the situation in Socia was not something to be happy about just yet. Summoned to the Chancellor's room, Chancellor Faust explained to the administrative authority about the two gods in Oblivion.
気象台からの観測では早くて半月後らしい。これほど早期の予報ができたのは観測技術の進歩の賜物と言えるが。
Large-scale Oblivion, it's something bound to happen, huh? Faust gave a firm nod. On the virtual map, a simulation of the results of Oblivion was being projected. The diorama of the northern part of the continent was recreated on the map. Through that, they could predict the large forest area in the northern area being consumed by the dust.
大陸の北は過去オーズの侵食に最もさらされてきた地域だというのに、また民に試練を与えねばならぬとはな。
That means the people won't be able to live normally. That's unacceptable. It's so unreasonable.
学長は事態の対処のため、ドールの動員を決定したとか。
軍と連携してカイマの討伐に当たってもらうつもりだ。
カイマの数を減らせば、オブリビオンの速度や広がりを抑えることができますからね。
Then please let us go too. Shin looked up from the diorama and spoke out. We've experienced battles with ash demons several times. I think we would do just as well as the dolls.
錬金術師は元より動員するつもりだ。しかし最前線の汚染区域に行かせるのは賛成できぬな。生身では人家の危険がある。
I'll be fine. Chancellor was aware of the Philosopher's Stone when entering the academy. He should know that Shin can move in the dust.
しかしそれとて万能ではあるまい。そなたの体が持たぬのではないか。
そうよ、シン。今までだって副作用で辛そうにしてたのに。
シンはいつも一生懸命だけど、私たちの気持ちも考えてほしいの。もしシンが私の与えた力のせいで取り返しのつかないことになったら、私。
Henry, she was thinking this much for me. Not being able to notice Henry's feelings, Shin felt embarrassed. Sorry, Henry. I don't plan on dying, but I just want to do what I can. The town I was born in was destroyed by Oblivion. I was separated from my parents and sister. Thankfully, I was saved by my master, but I don't want more people to feel the same way as me. So when the time comes, I don't want to hesitate to use the power I've been given.
知ってるわ。そういうあなただから賢者の石を託したのだもの。でも
シンばかりが重荷を背負うことはないんだよ。ダストに対するハルモニア派流のやり方だってあるんだから。それに私のことももっと頼りにしてほしいな。じゃないと姉弟子としてちょっと傷つくよ。
Sorry, Arya.
活動は私が責任を持って監督します。ですからハルモニア派の北部遠征をお許しください。
The members of the Harmonia College looked at Chancellor Faust. With a strong will in their eyes, they waited for an answer.
意志は固いか。ハルモニア派、錬金術師としてはもとより、人としても日々成長しておるな。
学長、では。
私からもお願いしよう。この未曾有の危機に対し、そなたらの力を貸してほしい。だがくれぐれも、あたら若い命を散らすことのなきよう。セレス、そなたがこの世から消えたら、私は生きてゆけんぞ。
縁起でもないことを言わないでください。父上、いえ学長、このセレスティアーナ、民のため、この国のため、微力を尽くしてまいります。
To Stella's words, Chancellor Faust nodded while holding his emotions back. After leaving the Chancellor's room, they headed to the workshop. Now that they had decided to go north, there was a mountain of work to do.
さあ、これから忙しくなりますよ。
Sonia proclaimed that Shin and the others in the workshop.
オブリビオンが本格的に始まるにはまだ時間があります。すぐ現地入りするより工房で準備を整えた方がいいでしょう。シンにばかり負担をかけるわけにはいかないし、ダスト対策の装備は必須ですね。
私が頑張って法人府で新しいフードを編むわ。それでも心もとないかもしれないけど、確かにヘンリが作ってくれるフードは一級品だけど、他に対策が欲しいところね。
はい、そこでこれです。
On the bookshelf, Miss Sonia pulled out a thick reference book. The pages were filled with numerous memos and appeared to be used a lot.
このハルモニア奥義書には、私や私の師だった錬金術師の研究成果が書き込んであります。その中にはダストへの免疫力を高める薬であったり、分解やろ過をするための器具の作成方法も載っているんですよ。
すごいわ、こんなに詳細が書き込まれて。
It's like my master's book of secrets.
多くは死の功績ですけどね。薬学に通じた送信と契約し、共同で研究を進めて、あの頃はハルモニア派も輝いていました。それが今では解散も危ぶまれる弱小学派。
Sonia seemed proud at first, but then stared into the distance.
ソニア先生、私たちも頑張りますから。そうでしたね。いえ、シンくんたちが来てくれて、ハルモニア派は昔日の栄光を取り戻す勢いです。とにかくその奥義書に書かれた内容は今度の遠征で必ず役に立つはずです。どうか参考にしてくださいね。
Right, we will. She nodded reflexively as Sonia leaned in vigorously.
見たところ難しそうな調合も結構あるの。それに素材も珍しいものが多いのだわ。
There'll be a race against time to see how much we can prepare.
カイマと戦うなら戦闘用装備の見直しもしたいところね。
それにウガルルムとアンズーのことも忘れてもらったら困るよ。
Arya raised her index finger to remind Shin and the others who were preoccupied with countermeasures against the dust.
学長の決定でニシンは返してもらうことになったけど、まだマルドゥック派の攻防にとらわれたままなんだから。取り決めを確実に履行してもらうには現地に赴く必要があるでしょうね。
Ugarurum and Anzu were important resources to Professor Johan. Even if the Chancellor requested it, it was hard to imagine he'd give up so easily.
オレブさんへは私が行きます。
Oh, so that's why she leaves the party, okay. By yourself?
私はマルちゃんとの契約者だから。それにシンたちは遠征の準備を進めないといけないでしょ。それに家臣を返してもらうのは早い方がいいと思うの。でも大丈夫なんですか？
Did I go with you? Arya shook her head as the others watched anxiously.
大丈夫。シンは遠征のことに集中して。オレブさん方面はラストの心配はないし、令状さえあればマルドゥック派もとやかく言ってこないよ。
Maybe that's true, but Arya's will seemed strong. With the large-scale oblivion approaching, the other members couldn't offer an extra hand for this. Be careful. If something happens, call us over immediately.
マルドゥックに会えたらよろしく伝えてほしいの。
任せて。みんなが遠征に出発するまでには戻ってくるからね。
Arya smiled calmly as the others watched her with concern. Okay. I'm guessing... Oh, what the... Hearts? Okay. I thought we were gonna get a mission already, but no, it's a heart scene. Sure. Late at night. In the hour when everyone slept, Shin's room was still lit. They had a lot of preparations to do for the expedition. Back in his room, he worked on various things such as confirming formulas and maintaining his ether gear. Who could that be this late?
こんばんは。やっぱり起きてると思った。
Upon opening the door, he spotted Arya there. Arya, what's up? He invited her into his room as he asked what she wanted. Don't skip the scene. Even if I don't skip the scene, Spar, remember, we're using the... I don't have the R18 patch installed. We're not gonna see the scene. We're not gonna see the scene at all. Arya didn't reply immediately and took a look around his room.
へえ、いかにも真の部屋って感じ。ちょっと懐かしいな。
You mean at the Master's Monastery?
うん。まあね。
Shin, who was taken in by the sage, Albertos and his daughter, Arya grew up like siblings. Until they reached puberty, they slept in the same room and lived together. Wait, don't go through my stuff. What are you here for?
焦る真の顔を見てみたいと思って。
If you're here to bother my work, I'll kick you out. It's like I'm so... Bro.
嘘嘘。本当は寂しがる真の顔見に来たの。
Can you just tell us how it's maybe acted out, please? I don't know either, because I don't have the... I'm not gonna install the R18 patch just so I can see the scene, and then uninstall the R18 patch so I can continue playing it on stream, you know? Like, that's such a hassle. I'm gonna install the R18 patch when I'm finished playing the game on stream, right? Also, act it out. How am I gonna act it out, man? Like, what do you mean, bro? Isn't that worse? What do you mean? Act it out. Shin quickly halted his words. The next morning, Arya will depart for Mount Holub. Maybe a short goodbye. He would be parting with his sister disciple, whom he had seen every day since he arrived at the academy.
ねえ、ここ座って。
Why?
いいから。
Ushered by Arya, he sat down at the edge of the bed. I have faith in you. That was when Arya wrapped her arms around Shin's head and pressed it against her chest. Arya?
私がいなくても、寂しがらなくて済むように、だよ。
So you say, but aren't you the lonely one? Shin struggled, but Arya did not let go. She remained quiet as she caressed his head. Soon, Shin relaxed as if he had given up.
ずっと、弟のように思ってた。だけどシンには、背負っているものが、いくつもあるんだね。賢者の石のこと、エンリちゃんの使命、それに。
Arya?
なんか急にね、昔、父さんがシンを連れてきた時のこと、思い出したの。あの頃、シンは毎日塞ぎ込んでいたよね。父さんがフィールドワークに連れ出して、それから少しずつ笑うようになって。
You and Master were so nice to me, so I was able to get back on my feet, since I lost my family and all. That time, Shin let go of his sister's hand. Shin, who was still young, was drowning in sadness, regret, mourning, and most of all, he cursed his helplessness. He was able to move on thanks to Arya and Albertos, who treated him like their own family.
シン、言ってたよね。これ以上、オブリビオンで犠牲者を出したくないって。
Yeah, I was then granted permission from the Master to study alchemy. His master worried he would try to seek revenge. After coming to the academy, he understood Alberto's kindness, who watched over and showed the way to make sure he wouldn't take the wrong path.
私、実は少し嫉妬していたんだよ。父さんがシンのことばかり見てるみたいで。少しだけ当てつけの意味もあったの。
Really? I didn't notice. Shin was shocked at Arya's confession. To him, Arya was an excellent sister disciple who would always be ahead of him.
だけど今思うと、父さんが中央行きを許してくれたのは、視野を広げさせるって考えがあったんじゃないかなって。
Yeah, Master would have done that. He always thought about what would be best. The sage Alberto's had a side where he guided them not just with knowledge but seeing through their minds as well.
でも私、ハルモニア派に入って送信のことを学んで、今はここに来て心から良かったって思ってるよ。
Yeah, me too.
それでね、今は弟弟子のために何をしてあげられるかを考えているの。
Arya? Arya's voice was slightly shaking.
賢者の石の力を使うほど、真の体には汚れのよどみが蓄積されていく。だけど今の私たちは、その力に頼らざるを得ない状況にある。
Hold up. Shin jerked his body away. His gaze met Arya's eyes filled with tears.
だから、シンさえ、よかったら。
Are you sure about this, Arya?
聞かないでよ。私だってちゃんとよく考えてここに来たんだから。
Still.
私、真の力になりたい。だけど義務感だけで、こんなこと言い出したりしないよ。私にとって、真が大切な人だから。
Do you mean that as siblings?
今はまだわからない。でも、
Arya turned her face down. He can feel her determination and fear from her trembling shoulders. I didn't know your shoulders were this narrow. The hell? This time, Shin put his arms around Arya's trembling shoulders. Right now, I see you as a girl. Is it okay if I do this? Regardless of the Philosopher's Stone? Arya agreed in a faint tone. Even if they've spent their childhood together, this was the first time Shin has seen her expression like this. Well, there you go. There you go. We're cut off there. Anyway, yep. Ariadna Dust Battlefront. I really would like to upgrade my guy's blade before we go into this, but we still don't have enough logs. And I'm not gonna go into a farming map, so... let's just go to this main story here. I almost fit... Bro! Farm. No, man, I don't want to farm on stream, man. Like, farming on stream is whack, bro. I say that despite the fact that I've kind of been doing that in... I think we did that in Dark Souls, right? Like, I did farm in Dark Souls. Although, to be fair, that one was like more... There's more action in that one. Okay, see what's good? So, like, we've technically had Enri's and Arya's so far, right? We still haven't gotten... Actually, did Sonya count? Was Sonya's actually a scene? I'm not sure if Sonya's was actually a scene. There was no heart in that one when the scene with Sonya happened. So I'm assuming, like, in the case of Sonya, it was just, like, there, but... Well, I don't know. I'll find out when I install the R18 patch again, I guess. Finally, the morning of the expedition has arrived. For the large oblivion, the kingdom has prepared support for the entire country. Under the control of the kingdom, the Cagliostro Academy of Magic also dispatched skilled alchemists and disciples. There's no heart. And use tea on you? True. Among them were the members of the Harmonia College.
アリア、間に合わなかったわね。
Yeah. Arya was off at Mount Hollow to accept the heinous gods. There should have been enough time for her to go and come back, but on the morning of the expedition she did not return. In the front yard of the academy, many carriages left for the north. The members of the Harmonia College were also making a carriage prepared by the Chancellor Wait.
仕方ありません。出発しましょう。
アリア、大丈夫かしら。
She must be caught up with something. Since it's Arya, maybe she discovered something new about the heinous gods and focused on studying it.
でも、ここで心配していても始まらないのだわ。私たちには私たちのすることがあるの。アリアが自分の役目を果たしているなら、私たちはそれを信じてオブリビオンに立ち向かうだけ。今この時にも森にオーズの脅威が迫っている。私は民を守るため錬金術師を志したのだから。
Yeah, we should go. Arya wouldn't want us to waste time here either. Praying for Arya's safety, Shin hopped onto the carriage. A great northern forest, Ariadna's forests. Several Dahl troops were deployed into the forest affected by Oblivion in advance to battle the Ash Demons. Around here? Is this where the signals from the dolls disappeared? Should be, but even if it's to retrieve data, I can't believe we had to come all the way here. Totally, it's nice to have new weapons, but I wish they did think more about the worksite. As the soldiers muttered, they inspected the area to find traces. Hey, come over here. You found it? Yeah, but this is... What they found were remains of broken dolls with their bodies ripped apart and disposed of throughout the forest. It was in a terrible condition where it was hard to decipher the original. They're all broken. What kind of monster is... Hey, over there! Who are you? What the... The soldiers raised their bayonets. Beyond their gaze was a woman standing like a shadow under the dense darkness from the trees. A woman? Why would she be here? Hey, are you someone from a nearby village? The dust is very thick here. You better evacuate.
どうして？こんなに気持ちのいい天気なのに。
Huh? What are you saying?
私は一人ぼっちの灰かぶり。私が触れたものはすべて灰となって指の間からすり抜けていってしまう。だけど。
The woman knelt to pick a flower by her foot. As she breathed on it, it transformed into an eerie tentacle-like creature with petals wriggling like leeches. Ew. What?
私はいつまでも痛みましょう。この景色がすべて塵に帰っても、私だけはその美しさをたたえ続ける。
Is she not human? Oh, what the? As the soldiers watched, the woman morphed. She spread her bat-like wings and her raven black hair transforms into blades like liquid metal. Ah! Screams of the soldiers echoed through the dust-filled forest. Here we go. The carriage of the Harmonia College made several stops along the way before arriving at the frontline camp set by the military and academy. The dusk hasn't reached here yet, but there was a dark cloud looming over the northern sky signaling the dangers approaching.
あら、あなた方も来たんですのね。
Maltina.
意外ですわ。ハルモニア派のような弱小学派まで動員されるなんて。そのように猫の手まで借りる真似をせずとも、我がドール部隊さえいれば事態の打開には十分なものを。
Maltina exaggeratedly pointed behind her. There were more than a dozen dolls that must have been newly installed. Friend and the Marta College disciples were taking care of them. Noticing Shin and the others, Friend paused his work and lightly bowed in acknowledgement.
ご覧なさい。ドールの数はまだまだ増えますわ。ダストからソシエを救えるのは私たちマルドゥック派なのです。
けれどドールの動力に使われている人種は家臣から奪ったものなのだわ。
Oh, did she already know? I don't think she's supposed to say that. Hold it, Henry. We do need the help of the dolls now, even though I have mixed feelings as well. There are ideas that are incompatible between colleges. Therefore, the way the Harmonia College works may not always be right either.
ところで、アリアさんはどこかしら？こういう時、必ずと言っていいほど突っかかってくるはずですけど。
突っかかってきているのはあなたでしょうに。アリアはここには来ていないわ。
Gonzalez replied in dismay. A mocking smile emerged on Maltina's lips.
まあ、普段あれだけ生意気な口を聞いておいて、さては臆病風に吹かれたんですのね。
No, Arya didn't run away.
アリアはアリアのすべき役目を果たしているの。
あら、それは失礼？とにかく死にたくなければ、ドールの後方に控えていることですわね。
騎士としてそれはできない相談ね。
騎士などと、ドールの性能は日々進化していますわ。この間の模擬戦の時とは一味も二味も違うのですから。
日々成長しているのは私たちも同じ。それにこんな時こそ手を携え、弱き者の盾となるのが私たちの務めではなくて？
相変わらず言っていることは立派ですわね。けれど人々が喝采を送るのは私たちの華麗なるドールですわよ。それを忘れないことですわね。
Maltina's laugh echoed and turned back to Friend.
言いたいことだけ言っていったのだわ。私たちが戦うのは喝采のためではない。それがわからないうちはあなたは私たちに勝てないわ、マルチナ。
But from the way she said that, the dolls probably have made a drastic improvement.
この状況では心強いと思っておきましょう。あ、少し待っていてください。今到着の報告と指示をもらってきます。
After excusing herself, Miss Sonia headed into the camp. However, there was a line forming and it would take her some time to return.
シン、私たちはどうするの？
I guess we shouldn't just stand around. How about we collect some information?
それがいいのだわ。
The group began walking around the campsite. With many people from the military and academy going in and out, there were plenty of people to talk to. Finding an acquaintance who arrived earlier, Shin managed to hear about the current situation.
軍部のドールはもうカイマとの戦いに投入されているのね。
Yeah, and they are leaving good results. Within the campsite, many spoke of the victories by the dolls. Although they battled at Mount Holla previously, this was their full-scale debut with the military partnership. The advantage of defeating ash demons without concerning the dust levels gives them an upper hand in the operation.
この調子でカイマが減っていけば侵食の規模が抑えられるはずだけど。
We can't see any obvious results as of now. The acquaintance who arrived earlier showed them some data. According to that, the spread of oblivion was continuing. The dolls were showing success. Matters remained unpredictable. That's strange. If the ashes demons decrease, I thought the oblivion effect would stop or at least slow down.
大量のカイマがまだ森にたくさん潜んでいるのかもしれないわ。
Otherwise, such a large-scale oblivion shouldn't happen. The influx of dust has been observed in the northern forest, therefore it was no surprise for ash demons to spawn. If the oblivion was triggered by the increasing numbers of ash demons, it makes sense to see the oblivion become so massive. I guess we have no choice but to decrease the ash demons one by one. I wish we just knew its nest or where the leader is hiding.
よーしん、やっぱり来やがったな。
Albert. Oh, are we getting Albert in the party? Oh, let's go! With the dustproof hood on, Albert came over while waving to them. His clothes were dirty from the dust. Were you battling ash demons?
いや、ちょっと奥まで伝令と紹介に行ってきただけだ。この付近の海馬はほとんどドールが片付けたな。遭遇する危険はそんなにねえよ。
I see. Albert removed his hood before lighting a cigarette. After inhaling the smoke, he turned red as he coughed it back up. He's still not... Bro, just don't. Stop. Don't smoke, man. Bro, stop. Are you alright?
かっこつけるから。
Yeah, exactly. Stop trying to act cool, man. Like... crap, my mouse died. Hold on, let me just plug my mouse in. I've noticed this recently, but like, my mouse battery runs out so much faster nowadays. Has it been that long? Might have already broke the battery. Okay.
かっこつけじゃねえよ。吸いたいから吸うんだ。
No. Man, stop. Don't smoke, guys. Don't smoke. Albert got aggressive as he took another puff. Yeah, don't do that.
とにかくやばいのは森の奥だな。ほとんど大渦に飲まれて不快のようになっちまってる。これ以上の侵食はなんとか軍が食い止めようとしてるんだが、
戦況は芳しくないと。
ドールのおかげで海馬との戦いは優勢だ。だがなかなか敵の数が減らないみたいだな。
I guess that explains how many ash demons there are.
それもあるが、どうも気になる噂がある。
Rumor? Exhaling some smoke, Albert continued his words.
軍の連中から聞いた話だがな。どうも森に人間型の海馬が徘徊しているらしい。
A human became an ash demon? At least not vaping? I mean, it's the same thing, no? If you're smoking, like, even if you're using... Whether you're using, like, a traditional cigarette or a vape, like, it's the same thing. You're still burning nicotine and, like, other mixtures. And, like, basically wrecking your lungs. Ash demons are essentially plants or animals consumed by dust, but prevented from turning into dust by somehow altering their bodies. They can only live in dust and work as soldiers to spread the dust. Regardless of what their base was, they are acknowledged as enemies of Socia.
人間型の海馬。確か以前にも何度か存在が確認されていたはずだけど。
だが今度のはどうも知性があるらしくてな。
Does it carry the knowledge and memories of their time as a human?
さあ、そこまではわからねえ。ただ目撃したやつの話だと、言葉を喋り、触れたものを海馬に変えていたとか。
Smoking is for adults, vaping is for kids. Is that the perception? Is that actually the perception? Well, first of all, kids aren't allowed, are not supposed to be smoking nor vaping to begin with, right? Like, if you're a kid, if you're actually a kid, you shouldn't be doing that at all. But like, is that the perception? Like, younger smokers use vape, and like it's only like old men. Well, actually, not old men, but like old people who smoke with like cigarettes. Finn understood the importance of that individual. Ash demons were thought to be barbaric monsters. However, if it understood words and is intentionally increasing the numbers of ash demons, that would be a bigger threat than the heinous gods.
兵士の間じゃ知恵付きとか灰かぶり姫とか呼ばれてる。
Cinderella? What the? This has to be like just a localization thing. Ain't no way it's actually Cinderella.
灰かぶり姫。女のカイマなの？
That's my perception, at least.
どんな美女でもカイマじゃお近づきにはなりたくないがな。
Albert put out a cigarette, followed by a shrug.
お姫様だったらこっちに本物がいるのだわ。今の私は姫である前に騎士よ、ヘンリー。悪いお姫様が出たらこうやって剣でお仕置きしてあげる。
Dallas gestured the stab as she spoke.
お姫様を成敗する騎士もいるのね。
いやどんな設定だっての。相変わらずブレない勇ましさだな。
But we can't leave that ash demon on the loose. Albert jokingly spoke. Shin was serious. If we leave an individual that has the ability to increase ash demons on the loose, we won't be able to stop the Oblivion.
それに意思の疎通ができるのならカイマやオーズについて何かわかるかもしれないのだわ。騎士としても錬金術師としても無視はできないわね。
Sala struck the open air with her sword. As she drew her arm back, her blade pierced through a single leaf.
マジかお前ら。言っとくが、目撃情報があるのは森のかなり奥地だぞ。当然、ダスト濃度も高い危険区域だ。
But someone's gotta do it. Not to sound smug, but I think we're better suited to deal with that unknown ash demon than the military.
ソニア先生が戻ってきたら話をしてみましょう。
They managed to find the point. Soon after, Miss Sonia came out of the camp.
着任の報告をしてきました。当面私たちは後方の紹介とダストの観測および侵食の防止が任務となります。
About that, Miss Sonia, there's something we'd like to inform you about. Have you heard of Cinderella?
はい？灰かぶり姫ですか？
Miss Sonia appeared puzzled as she tilted her head. He explained and shared the information he just heard from Albert with her. The request to investigate the special ash demon Cinderella passed smoothly. The military must have been struggling. As specialists who were willing to go to the battlefront filled with high levels of dust contamination, they must have been thankful.
やる気があるのは大変結構なことなんですが、本当に無茶ばかりですね、シンくんたちは。
まったくだぜ。先生、オタクんとこの弟子と付き合うようになってから貧乏くじばっかりだ。
But I appreciate you coming with us, Albert. The group was walking down a narrow path in the forest. They were in the contamination zone, so an ash demon can come out at any time. Miss Sonia looked around left and right multiple times before quivering in fear. What is this? What cute?
大丈夫。風で茂みが揺れただけなの。
ごめんなさい。頼りない先生で。
いえ、油断して気を抜くよりはよほどいいです。この調子で警戒しながら進みましょう。
それで進むったって当てはあんのか？このまま闇雲に森をさまよって人型カイマと遭遇するまで粘るつもりか？
About that, I thought about it based on our opponent having intelligence. If the Ash Demon's motive is to spread the Oblivion around it, if the Ash Demon is intelligent and her motive is to spread the Oblivion, she should be thinking about how to best do that.
まあ道理だな。
So the question is, what would the Ash Demon do? Turning everything it sees into dust is right, but not efficient. Thinking in her shoes, she must consider taking advantage of her opponent's abilities when turning them into an Ash Demon. Of course, this is a theory based on their soldier's testimony. Finn began to hypothesize the next move of the individual referred to as Cinderella. The military, us, alchemists, and gods are a nuisance to Oblivion. But if gods are eclipsed and turned into heinous gods, they become powerful allies and help war.
まさか相手の狙いは送信？
Henry picked up on his words and shouted. Shin nods and continues. I've explored here with my master during our fieldwork. That time we encountered an ancient class.
エンシェント級っつうと大物だな。
It was a kin of the origin Saibi, and was the forest guardian. That time Arya was with him along with his master. He recalled how they left the academy without contacting her, but Shin shook off the sentimentality.
森の守りを司る送信。カイマにとっては目障りでしょうね。
けれどさっきシンが言ったように家臣に落とせれば都合のいい存在になるわ。
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to ignore their opponent's status. The ancient class is massive, but if it's weakened and attacked by the dust, it shouldn't be hard to eclipse it. If Cinderella had the power to increase Ash Demons, she can use that power to target higher ranking gods.
シン君、送信のいる場所はわかるんですか？
I have a general idea, though it may be hiding from the dust.
闇雲に探すより行ってみる価値はありそうだな。
本当にカイマに狙われているなら助けに行かないと。ええ、エンシェント級の送信と協力できたら状況も好転するかもしれない。
Everyone seemed to agree with Shin's plan. Thanking them for coming along, Shin headed toward the area where he remembered the god was. The dust concentration was gradually getting higher.
私の糸が新しい縁を紡ぐの。
Put Albert in. And since this is a forest, I'm assuming we're gonna get like spiritual mercury or at least some branches of prosperity so I can maybe craft our MC's main weapon midway through. Along with this one actually. Fairly long.
Nope. 敵さんのお出ましだな。
Weak to fire and dark. These ones are weak to fire and dark as well. Okay. Are they? They're resistant to water? Yeah, they're resistant to water, but I can use just light attack, I guess. Okay, nice. This guy's actually physical, so.
クロスがトラップネット。
レーテルブリット。
シールドブレイカー。ブラインドファイヤー。
私たちならやれて当然なのだわ。
Crest of Citra and Golden Apple Branch, okay. We haven't gotten Golden Apple Branches yet, I think.
いいものを見つけたようですよ。
Branch of Longevity, okay. We need one more.
お、いいもの拾ったか？
この術式で活路を開く。
Jack-o'-lantern and Fairy. This one is weak to water and wind, and then fire and dark for the other two.
レインシュート。トラップネット。ピアッシングウィンド。
Healing herbs.
ブラインドファイヤー。
ランサーロット。
よし、この調子でいこう。
Ooh. Another golden apple branch, okay. Crest of Killer Bee. I think we can go this way first.
ねえねえ、これっていいものかしら。
立ちふさがるなら戦うしかない。
This is the one that's weak to wind, right? Yep.
レインシュート。トラップネット。
Trick or
ピアッ
treat.
シングウィンド。
シールドブレイカ
ブラインドファイヤー。もう終わりか。歯応えねえな。
ー。やった。
White herb.
ちょっと休憩していこうか。
Go to this. Then we can go back here.
もらっていきましょう。
Yes, we got. Okay.
Yatta.
I don't even have to get the branch anymore. I can just make it. Okay. Before we proceed,
ここで少しリラックス。
let's go and craft my guy's upgraded weapon. Heat gauntlets. Let's go. And then his next upgrade is metal knuckles. Okay. Nice. Finally got that sorted. Let's go this way. Oh, he has fire now. Let's go. He has fire now, but this one is resistant to fire. Not the other ones though. Heat edge, piercing wind, trap net, range shoot, and then we'll go blind fire for the
ト
other
ラ
one.
ップネット。レインシュート。
Nah.
ピアッシングウィンド。
宿れ力よ。
ブラインドファイヤー。
Nice.
私たちならやれて当然なのだわ。
Okay. Take this. What is in the box?
やった。
Carnelian. Cool.
この術式で活路を開く。
And these are all weak to fire. They're not weak to wind, if I recall correctly. Those are too weak to water. Okay, they're all resistant to water. So
クロスガード。あう。マダプリット。
宿れ力よ。
トラップネット。
ブラインドファイヤー。
okay.
ワイヤー。ランサーロット。使命のためにもっと強くなるの。
Okay, let's go back here to heal a bit.
ここなら安心して休めるのだわ。
And then what's in
これ
there?
は素晴らしいですね。
At the crest. Crest of Killer Bee. Actually, now that we have fire, I should probably change my guy's crest here. I'm gonna remove the rabbit. We're gonna put on this thing here. Fire element boost, let's go. And actually, this is attack magic. So this one's single target, range, single target attack. This is not okay. It doesn't register as like a magic attack. Still, it's still physical. So I'm not gonna put the jack-o'-lantern on him. Although... Alright, we have that equipped on Arya. But like, the others don't really have magic attacks. It's really just Arya for now.
気をつけて来るのだわ。
I have to like keep checking just to make sure I'm using the right skills.
マダプリット。
トラップネット。
Hypnotic sound waves.
宿れ力よ。ブラインドファイヤー。
エーテルブリット。
Hey there. I don't know how to read your name, but hello. Welcome to the stream.
錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ。
Hey, we got another branch of longevity as well.
どんな相手だって恐れたりしない。
Okay, now we're starting to find the Ash Demon. So Ashbird, weak to light, wind, light, and fire on the Ash Herb. And the Ash Tree is light and fire. Okay.
Britto.
宿れ力よ。
行くわよ。ワイヤーキー。使命のためにもっと強くなるの。
Okay. Let's take this crest. Crest of Killer Bee. We got a lot of Crest of Killer Bee.
Amanex 送信よ。力を貸してください。
宿れ力よ。
Miss! Oh my god. I missed.
トラップネット。ピアッシングウィンド。
ブラインドファイヤー。
素晴らしい戦いでしたよ。
Okay, Crest the Fairy. Cool. And okay, we got a long way. Yeah, we have a long way here actually. I might not be able to finish this.
皆さんのために道を示します。
Ash Deer, weak to fire. Nice, okay, they're all weak to fire. Well, actually, wait, is any of them weak to... No, not on wind, so just light. Actually, I should probably just heal Stitch on self, and then...
行くわよ。ヒールステッチ。
エーテルブリット。
ブラインドファイヤー。
My guy got stunned. Are you kidding me? My guy got stunned, bro. Man.
キュアステッチ。
マダプリット。
ヘビーショット。
もう終わりか。歯応えねえな。
Then we have a fog effect. I think I might need to go for the bonfire right away. MP. A reduction there.
怖くなんてないわ。いつでも行けるの。
This one's weak to wind. I should just use Blade Shot, I guess.
ブレードヘビーショット
Right, making team tablets for all. Chewables. Oh man. We definitely need more.
もう終わりか。歯ごたえねえな。
So let's take this.
よく見つけたな。よし、ここでビバークするぞ。
Then we can heal. Then I can go back this way, so we can grab all of the stuff here on the other side. I'm about to fill my meter, so I think I should try these out. That might have been excessive, actually, to use two. Actually, hold on. Let's just use one. Yeah, let's use Etheric Edge and Crossguard, and then War Kick, and Clear Bullet, and Blind Fire.
先陣を切るワイヤーエーテルブリット
エーテリックエッジ
Nice.
もう終わりか。歯ごたえねえな。
Okay. Another dust. Some MP reduction, but that's fine. Take this battle.
報酬分は働いてやるぜ。
Oh, 5 enemies. That's a lot. Probably gonna snort nicotine. Oh man. If you're gonna snort it anyway, I don't think you need to put it in a capsule. One of those weak to wind. Then actually, we should probably just do light. Just do full light. You can't do light. War kick.
エーテルブリット
ブレードショット
行くわよワイヤー
ブラインドファイヤー。
Then we can just do normal attack.
素晴らしい戦いでしたよ。
Save our MP for. Actually, there's no point in saving the MP. Actually,
Oh,
we're gonna go through the
Mitsuki-ta.
bonfire anyway.
ここなら安心して休めるのだわ
Let's take this.
これは素晴らしいですね。
We got a
ちょ
lot
っ
of
と休憩してい
golden,
こうか
golden apple branches.
もらっていきましょう
Another dust.
No, 敵さんのお出ましだな。
ワイヤーエーテルブリット
ブレー
行くわよ
ブラインドファイヤー。
素晴らしい戦いでしたよ。
Okay. Another dust. MP hits, but that's fine.
怖くなんてないわいつでも行けるの先陣を切るエーテルブリット
エーテリックエッジ
ブラインドファイヤー。
ヒールヒール行くわよ
アップソード
ヒール
ブレードよし
Nice.
この調子でいこう
Wait, did Albert just level up before everyone else? He's level 12 before everyone else is?
ここでビバークするぞ。
That's crazy work.
皆さんのために道を示します。
Let's see. Flying.
ワイヤーエーテルブリット
行くわよ。
Free hold. Poison spray.
ブラインドファイヤー
Didn't do
ブレ
that
ーム
much
ショッ
damage,
ト
but I think the point is to apply a debuff. Oh my god, what the hell happened to Albert's HP, bro? What the hell? Albert's HP just disappeared, bro. What?
クロスレインシュート。
宿れ力よ錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ
Oh wait, no, never mind. What am I talking about? They were already level 12. For some reason, my mind was still level 11.
見つけたのね。
Let's take this.
休むのも仕事のうち。ね。
We're gonna go a bit over time, but I guess I'm just gonna take this fight. And we might get a good, like, stopping point after this. Forest became thicker and almost seemed endless. Tracing his memories from the time he visited the forest with his master, he continued to explore. Going past ankle-deep, muddy surfaces over huge roots and through branches and bushes, they tried to keep sight of their destination. There were plenty of fights with ash demons, but the deeper they went, the more they encountered.
真の予想はビンゴだな。人型の会話はこっちにいると見たぜ。
そのようですね。シンくんわかりますか？ここ結界が破られた形跡があります。
Barrier? You mean this knocked over tree?
この一帯の木々は陣のように植わっているようなのです。倒された木は陣の要の位置ですね。
さすが。全然気づきませんでした。結界を張ったのは私たちが探しているエンシェント級かしら。
I think so. As mentioned by Miss Sonia, Shin examined the structure of the barrier. The barrier was supposed to prevent outside enemies from intruding. It also prevented contamination and changed the flow of the dust inside. It was natural to think a massive barrier using plants as a magic circle can only be done by a high-level ancient class god. The god must be in the Adepts. I bet it created a barrier against oblivion and went into hiding.
だとしたら急いだ方がいいな。結界が壊されてるならもう危険が迫ってるってことだろ。
Yeah, let's go, before it's too late.
おそらく戦闘になります。準備はしっかりしておいてくださいね。
An ash demon that has the intelligence to not only target a god but sees through a barrier. She may be more troublesome than imagined. Finn felt an ominous feeling toward the opponent that waited them ahead. The battle between the Guardian and Ash Demon was about to reach its climax. Guardian Ninil looked like a giant beetle. Charging violently, it thrashed away the swarm of Ash Demons with its great horn. Its bravery seemed inviolable. However,
強く美しき作られし神よ。私はあなたが愛しい。できるならこの手でひしと抱きしめたい。けれど強き神よ、いかなその玉体も我が抱擁には耐えられず、カゲロウのように儚く散ってしまうことでしょう。なんという我が身の宿業。
what the hell? Why would Nightbot block that? Excuse me? What? Funnily enough, Steel, your message actually went through the relay. Yeah, that. I'm gonna have to like look over Nightbot again and like try and adjust that. The humanoid ash demon referred to as Cinderella mourned like a song as she flapped her bat wings. From there, bird-shaped ash demons flew out. Perhaps they were hawks, falcons, or birds of prey. The ash demons rapidly charged it with the god-informed cracks on its hard shell.
私は忘れない。形が変わっても、露と消えても、あなたの大しさをこの心に留め続ける。
Did it actually spark? If Nightbot wasn't the one who did it, it might be Twitch itself. Because like I have Nightbot and like the Twitch filter running at the same time. So like in your case, Spar, I think it was Twitch that just blocked it and it's not Nightbot because it doesn't show up on the relay. The god collapsed from the bird-shaped ash demon's attacks as Cinderella snuck by without a sound. He then slipped her hand in the newly formed crack and attempted to pour in the concentrated dust, but... I won't let you. Shin slashed toward the humanoid ash demon from above. Witnessing the god being cornered, he climbed up a nearby tree and leaped from branch to branch before lunging. I was asking about a Japanese word? Huh. At Shin's unexpected attack, the ash demon withdrew to avoid his blade. As Shin landed, he got into position to protect the god lying down. He must be the humanoid ash demon, Cinderella. I won't let you eclipse the god.
人間そう、錬金術師ね。ここまで来るなんて。シン、大丈夫？送信は無事ですか？
Yes, it was showered by the dust, but it's not contaminated to the point it turned to a heinous god. Shin rapidly examined the god's condition. The god Ninil managed to avoid eclipsing but took in a lot of dust and was in no state to move. Looks like we have to protect the god from her. Okay, we're... Shin cautiously observed the humanoid ash demon.
まっすぐな瞳。祖師へを守護するという聖堂を何の疑いもなく歩んでいるのね。喋っている。
What's your purpose? What do you see in the future of a world filled with dust?
あなた、おかしなことを聞くのね。
That was when a faint smile emerged on her face. Her smile appeared like a pitiful smile she'd show an enemy. Shin gasped.
私たちはダストの中でしか生きられない。だったらこの灰をあまねく世界に広げるしかないでしょ。あなたたちだってこの大地を住みやすいように手を加えてきた。率先してきたのは送信と錬金術師だったはずよ。
相入れることはないというの。今の口ぶり、錬金術師を知ってる？
Where did you obtain that knowledge of yours? Do you carry the memories of the time you were human?
そんなことどうでもいいわ。私は一人ぼっちの灰かぶり。それでいいじゃない。
Cinderella's black hair swayed even when there was no wind. Her hair soon shifted into saws, guillotines, and other various blades as she increased her space between them.
やる気だぞ、シン。
I didn't think we could talk this out, but they couldn't let her come in contact with the god any further. Also, if they could do something with Cinderella, they'd have the chance of stopping the additions of the ash demons. Guys, we don't know her strength. Be careful when fighting.
特訓の成果見せてあげるわ。
Okay, how much HP is she gonna have?
ここでやられるわけにはいかない。
Okay, 3,632 is not so bad. Do we just go all out and just dump all of my ultimate skills all at once? I don't think I have enough meter though. I can do 3. Or... yeah, I think I can do like 3 of these at the same time. Maybe we should hold off. What is she weak to? Just light. Okay.
クロスガード、エーテルブリット、
ブレード、
ワイヤー、
ブレードテ
Ow!
サバイだ。
Shadow step. Oh my god, ow! Ow, that hurt.
ディストラクション。
シールドブレイカー。
That hurt a lot. Oh my god. Wait. That's a lot of damage. Yes. That was a lot of damage. I don't have enough for like a full chain though. Yeah, also we might need to heal. I do Sword Breaker and then... Lancer Rod? Sonya. And then... heal Albert? Actually, can I just do like... Yeah, I don't have enough SB gauge. Oh, but you can only do 3, I guess. Lancer Rod. Heal Stitch on Sonya. And heal on...
ヒールステ
ブラックロー
ランサーロット
ソードブレイカーヘビーショット
Okay, we have like 100% now. I think it's time. Should have parried that? I wish I could. I wish I could. I think we might have to heal Shin here. Or actually no, if I'm gonna commit my SP gauge, I should probably attack so we can get the full bonus, full damage bonus.
ブレードテッ
Down to 3!
チャン
Ow!
スですよ。エーテルブリットエーテリックフレール
エーテリックエッジガンソードラッシュ
ヒールステッチ
Ow! My guy is almost dead, bro. Okay, we got another cross guard. And we need to heal Stitch on Shin. And do a mana bullet and then stab sword.
クロスガー
アースのシルト
Okay, missed Shin.
ドマナプリットヒールステッチ
ブレードショットスタップソード
My guy's poisoned. You have 3 HP? I had like 3 HP. Or like 2 HP or something. And we're back to full now. I realize I am actually blocking my own HP here, huh? On the full screen. Do Shield Breaker. And then we'll do Shadow Step to get some evasion. And then I need to do a Cure Stitch on Albert. And the heal on Albert. Albert doesn't have SP anymore. But I think we can just do the normal attack.
ヒールキュアーステッチ
リップテイクそうだよシールドブレイカー
Okay. I think we can finish here. We'll do a Blade Shot into... No SP for Pulse Flare, no! Lancer Rod is fine, I guess. And then... we'll do a Wire Kick, and then Ether Bullets.
エーテルブリット
Nice! Phase 2, Phase 2. No, please, dear God.
もう終わりか歯応えねえな
If this game had a phase 2 with the simplified mechanics of this thing, if it had a phase 2, oh my god. Gauntlet, Blade Set, Sword Breaker. Between his breath, he quickly altered his spell and extended his blade. What he chose was an ultimately hardened blade. It was heavy and not easy to handle, but it had the power to cut through metals. Yeah. Shin aimed for the blades coming out from Cinderella's hair. Continuously cutting them off, he lunged toward her defenseless side. Take this!
すごいわね。
Huh? The tip of his blade was deflected by her cape-like wings. Finn stumbled and rolled on the ground to create a distance to avoid the attacks.
惜しかったの。
If I would have swapped my blade to one that could strike her, I could have done it. I need to get faster at processing my spells. But Shin felt like he was getting the hang of the battle. If he drew out the full potential of his ether gear, he could possibly defeat her. Fighting skills he developed through Albert's advice and exercises were steadily showing their results.
想像以上ね。若く才気にあふれた生命。摘み取るのが惜しくなってくるわ。
Am I a joke to you?
そんなつもりはないわ。けれど。
Cinderella raised both her hands. The floating dust created a sandstorm, making it hard to breathe in.
目くらましか。
No, that's not it. This is... The trees and leaves writhed. The contours of the landscape distorted and all color was lost. A frigid, piercing air filled the area.
局所的なオブリビオン。まさか1階のカイマにこんなことができるなんて。
いけない。カイマが集まってくる。
From the trees, a swarm of strange creatures crawled toward them. Lured by the sudden increase of dust, they extended their tentacles toward the foreign life forms in the contamination.
おいおい勘弁しろ。森中のカイマが集まってきてんのか。
この数、私たちだけではとても相手にしきれません。
交代するぞ。このままじゃ袋のネズミだ。
だけど今逃げたら送信を見捨てることになるわ。
The god Ninil was being consumed by the dust and couldn't move. With the thickness of the dust, it was not likely it could purify itself.
私が
Celis? Celis turned to Cinderella with her ether gear, shining hilt in her hand. From the center of the hilt, a sharp needle-thin rapier was formed.
オブリビオンを引き起こしてるのはあの人型のカイマよ。彼女さえ倒せば送信を救い出せるはず。みんな援護お願い。
おい待てよ姫さん。無茶は。
迷っている暇はないわ。行きます。
Celis bravely leapt out. Jumping over the tentacle, attempting to grab her foot, she darted through the ash demons swarming about. Wait, I'm going too.
ヘビーな状況だな。くそ。
文句を言っても仕方ないわ。私たちはセレスさんの援護を。
It was a joint battle. Albert and Sonia got rid of any ash demons that might have gotten in Celis' way, and Henry spread her a barrier using her thread to protect the two. Shin got behind Celis, who was running, and blasted away the ash demons trying to strike her from the back. I won't let you touch Celis.
シン
Be careful, we don't know who we're dealing with.
ええ、分かっているわ。
Celis' movements were spectacular. Wielding her rapier with utmost concentration, like an arrow, she darted towards Cinderella. But the confidence from Cinderella was bothering Shin. Leaving Reese aside, Celis drew closer to her opponent.
カイマを呼ぶためとはいえ、溜め込んだダストを放出したのは迂闊だったわね。今のあなたは刃を再生できず身を守る術がない。取り巻きのカイマさえ突破できればこっちのものよ。
美しいあなた。その足運びは観衆を魅了する舞姫のよう。生と死が入り乱れる戦場でそのように振る舞えるなんて、きっと天賦の才を持っているのでしょうね。今より経験を積めばさぞ。
Following Celis' movements with admiration, Cinderella's eyes suddenly narrowed.
けれどその美は未完のまま散らされる。だからこそ私はあなたの愛しい。
Celis jolted past the ash demons and attempted to pierce the other. That was when the ground by her feet rose as tentacles shot up. Focused only on Cinderella, Celis was unable to handle the assault and was completely restrained. Celes!
まるで魔女狩りの卓形のよう。さあ、あなたも塵に帰りなさい。
いいえ、知るのはあなたの方よ。
In an uncomfortable position from the restraint, Celes raised her arm. She then pointed the tip of her rapier towards Cinderella. She held it tight despite being caught by the tentacle.
シャイニングフルトに激鉄を形成。流体金属の反作用によって赤力を発生。うがてピアッシングアロー。
The moment Celes activated the spell, a blade shot out. The blade struck the core in Cinderella's chest. That all happened in a blink of an eye.
あなたは私を美しいと言ったけど、私はあなたのことをそうとは思わない。せいぜいが鼻にたかる毒虫の類でしょ。
私を毒虫呼ばわりするのね。なんて憎たらしい娘。
観念なさい。あなたはソシエにとって危険すぎる。
Forming a new blade, Celes cut off the tentacles and stepped forth to put an end to Cinderella. That was harsh, girl. it was like that? Damn, bro. Don't let your guard down, Celes. Looks like Cinderella is gonna do something. Finn only predicted from the opponent's expression. It was almost instinctive. As Cinderella corroded the base of the rapier on her chest, she began releasing dust from the crack formed on her core. The jet black fog would be lethal if inhaled by a living person. Celes! Shin dashed right before and tackled Celes down to the ground, though he was showered with an extra thick dust instead. Good. Philosopher's Stone, activate. Send all resources for purification. The Philosopher's Stone began to decompose the dust it took in. However, the dust was beyond the consumable capacity and caused the burning malady to rush up from his body. Okay, I can't do this one. This one's a bit too intense.
あら、あなた、その娘をかばったのね。恋人同士だったのかしら。けれど残念。その量を吸ったらもう助からない。いいえ、陳腐な表現になるけれど、一緒に塵に帰れるなら幸せかもしれないわね。多少順番が変わっただけでも。
Guess I'm another dust detox. I won't die, nor will Celes. Allowing the stone to keep in the dust, Shin managed to stay on his feet. Cinderella's eyes widened in surprise.
まさか、ありえない。
Normally, yeah, but sadly, my body is a tad different. He's built different, dog. He's built different.
ダストが効かないというの？そんな例外があるはずない。それはソシエの摂理に反している。
Gotcha. Shin activated his blade, taking advantage of her agitation. The blade dug in deep into Cinderella's stomach as blood-like ink poured out. Your core was damaged and now you're deeply wounded. You won't be saved. We win, Cinderella.
錬金術師の坊や、そんなまっすぐな瞳で見つめられたら、この凍てついた肉がほてってしまうわ。
My kidney stones are more powerful than yours. Bro.
ダストをものともせず向かってくる若々しい肉体。いかなる英知があなたに力を与えているのか。私、あなたに興味が湧いてきたわ。
What are you saying at a time like this? You're gonna die.
いいえ、残念だけれど、これ式の傷では私、塵には帰れないの。
Cinderella placed her hand on her chest. She touched the cord that was struck by Celes and expanded a spell circle that fixed up the wounded core and closed the flow of the dust. What? Alchemy? Are you?
人だった頃の記憶はなくしたわ。私は一人ぼっちの灰かぶり。いいえ、もしかしたらあなたなら私の孤独を癒せるかもしれない。
Cinderella's crimson eyes suddenly gained a glint of light. Her arms embraced Shin as her bat wings wrapped around his body. Oh no!
やっぱり平気なのね。私が触れてもあなたは崩れて塵になったりしない。
What?
熱い。あなたの体苦労しいほどのぬくもりと私は今触れ合っている。
Cinderella trembled in thrill. In her arms, Shin felt her soft, flesh-like skin and even her breath like a human. But there was no life in her breath. Her skin was cold and her gasp did not contain any heat or smell. It was strange how her body was like an empty container filled with dust, and yet it was similar to a human.
シンと言ったわね。欲しい欲しいわ。私あなたのことが欲しくてたまらない。
What force? Cinderella's powers were so strong. No matter how hard he struggled, he couldn't shake her off. Even now, the dust was collecting in the Philosopher's Stone. The stone itself was not affected by the dust, but the corruption was steadily consuming him. It's so hot. At this rate...
もっとよく顔を見せて。そんなに苦しそうにあえいで。かわいいわ。
Where's my backup, bro?
けど、そう。あなたは素質があるのに、まだ福音を受け入れていないのね。
The gospel?
安心なさい。あなたに種子をあげるわ。いずれ目覚めるために。
You're eating popcorn, man? Oh, what? Cinderella kissed Shin in earnest. Her tongue slit in as their saliva merged. A cold, tingling, and bewitching breath flew in. Oh no. Oh, what? No, why did you gulp, bro? Shin swallowed something that moment. What was that?
楽園になる果実の群馬。私は知恵を授けるべ。あなたにはまだ何のことかわからないでしょうけど。待ち遠しいわ。こんな気持ちいつぶりかしら。初恋を知った乙女のよう。
この野郎、芯を離しやがれ。
Albert broke past the ash demons and lunged towards Cinderella. He was holding Shin from moving. Albert made sure not to slice Shin with her by moving toward her side and unleashing a slash.
邪魔をするな。ただの人間ごときが。
へっ、そうはいくか。
Bro must be quarantined ASAP. Cinderella attempted to defend Shin, which allowed Albert to take the opportunity to strike. Albert ripped his opponent's wing as he fired his gun down from her open back and toward her abdomen.
姫さん、今だ。
As Cinderella lost her posture, Albert rammed in a kick. Celis quickly jumped to catch Shin's freed body.
シン、大丈夫？しっかりして。
返しなさい。それは私の。
お前のじゃねえよ、この化け物が。
よくも。
Cinderella's expression was filled with hatred. Her black hair rustled as if it had will of its own. It then became whips that assaulted Albert.
避けきれねえ。あっ。
アルバート。
大丈夫だ。大した傷じゃねえ。それより芯をさっさとつらがるぞ。
While wobbling, Albert continued to fire his gun as he began to retreat. Celis dragged Shin's limp body as she tried to keep away from Cinderella.
させないわ。やっと会えたのよ。
この手で触れられる相手に。あなたたちには多くの隣人がいるでしょ。でも私は彼だけなのよ。
情熱的なアプローチだな。おい、
冗談を言っている場合ではないわ。このままでは。カイナがまた集まってきてる。倒しても減らないの。
シン君は動けないんですか？これでは殴り殺しにされます。
I'm sorry, my body. Suffering a high fever that made his blood flow backward, he could barely stand without solid support.
逃がさないの。そう、彼を返しなさい。
誰があなたなんかに。お断りを。
Celis held Shin's body protectively. Henry watched the two and stood in front of them.
ではチリへと帰りなさい。死の灰となり、もう二度と私の邪魔をすることのないよう。
Cinderella and her minions came after them. Guys, forget about me. You all run away.
ダメ。シンを見捨てていけるわけないの。弱っている人の盾になる騎士の心得。前にも言ったでしょ。私が錬金術師を志した理由は。今あなたを放り出して逃げたら、私は自分の信念に唾を吐くことになってしまうわ。
Henry, Celis. While watching Celis and Henry protecting him, he prayed even while wheezing from his high fever. I'll pull her back, my son. Henry cleaved her claws as Celis swung her rapier. The ash demons continued to crawl out and were about to consume the two with their dust. Is there nothing I can do? I can only watch Henry and Celis be defeated right here? Damn it. Someone, anyone, give me strength. Give me the strength to save everyone. I don't care what happens to me, so please. Oh no, don't say that. Someone.
よく耐えたね。だから私たちが間に合った。
Oh Huh? At first, Shin thought he was hallucinating the voice, being cornered in his mind. He must have imagined the voice out of convenience. However, that was not the case. What happened after was something beyond anything Shin and the others pictured.
何？この揺れは。
気をつけてください。地割れが。
A crack formed on the surface as it broke apart in a matter of seconds. While consuming many trees, it split the area between Cinderella and the others. But that was not the only change. Peeking in at the bottom of the crevice was a gust of wind blowing, emitting sounds like a roar of a beast.
すごい風。シン、捕まって。私の糸を命綱にするの。
Yeah.
これはただの風ではありません。ダストを巻き込んでいるのですか？
The black tornado swirled. The dust that changed the surroundings was being sucked into the rift, rapidly reducing its density.
これで良いのだな、アルベルタス。
礼を言おう、キュベラ。これで彼らを失わずに済んだ。
Oh, it's Cupid. Losing the dust, the movements of the ash demons has grown weak. The unexpected guests walked toward them amidst the dark dust.
無事だね、シン。エンリム。私が来たからに、もう安心だ。
Master?
アルベルトス。
アルベルトス様。では、あなたが三賢人の。
お初にお目にかかる、ソニア殿。あなたのことは、アリアからの手紙で知っている。いつもアリアやシンたちが世話になっている。
いえ、こちらこそ、シン君たちにはいつも。
おい、のんきに挨拶してる場合じゃねえ。もたもたしてるぞ。あの化け物がこっちに来るぞ。
As Albert spoke, Cinderella attempted to jump across the crevice, but she seemed to be struggling with the wind that was sucking up the dust.
無駄だかいな。悪あがきするようなら、その肉体ごと我が腹に飲み込んでくれようか。
キュベ、ここは私に。
Alberto stopped the girl he was with and advanced to a position across the crack to face Cinderella.
下がれ、カイマン。 これ以上続けてはお互い無事では済まない。いや、もし我が弟子を害するようなら、私はその器を完膚なきまでに塵に返すことになるだろう。
忌々しい錬金術師、そして疑心め、あと少しのところ。
Cinderella grit her teeth from across the crevice. Albertus brushed off her cries as he turned toward Shin and the others.
さあ、長いは無用だ。カイマどもが動きを止めている今のうちに退散するのだ。
だけど送信が。大丈夫。送信ニニルには私が手を打ったから。
Where did you come from?
その声。
Arya? Arya was waiting in the bushes Albertus motioned towards. Despite it only being a few days to the unexpected reunion, Shin forgot about his physical pains and let out a cry. I'm so glad you're safe.
それはこっちのセリフよ。シーなんかそんなにボロボロになって。
Touching the wounded Shin, Arya squinted as if she was trying to hold back her tears, but she quickly put on a smile.
遅れてごめんね。どうしても完成させておきたいものがあって。それが合流の遅れた理由？一体何を作っていたの？それは見てのお楽しみ。アルベルタスの娘よ、守備はどうか？あ、はい、多分大丈夫です。
That was when another rumble occurred. Ninel rose and charged toward the group of ash demons with its hardened shell.
送信が立ち直った。さっきまでダストに侵されて動くこともできなかったのに。
ぶっつけ本番だけどよかった。うまくいって。じゃあアリアが送信を回復させたの？今話してた錬金術のアイテムで？まあでも詳しい話は後。今はここを離れることが先決よ。
逃げ道は確保してある。こっちだ。ついてきなさい。
Albertus led the way to flee. On their way, several ash demons lingered, but Albertus never slowed down his steps. He simply raised his arm with his ether gear, and an invisible force field appeared by the ash demons. Instantly, their bodies were in shambles. Oh shit.
さすが父さん、えげつない。
Dog, what the?
これが三賢人の戦闘力かよ。
エーテルギアの性能もあるのでしょうが、常人離れした演算速度ですね。
今のうちだ。さあ、こっち。
Yes, master. Shin was supported by Albert and Celas. They quickly followed. After a moment of rampaging, Nino also followed behind the group. The massive hard body served as a helpful wall as Shin and the others fled. With Shin and the others gone, sounds filled the battle scene. The rumbling and wind stopped, and within the black mist, where many ash demons turned into dust, Cinderella stood.
彼を抱いたこの胸のぬくもり、唇の熱さ、まだ残っている。真錬金術師の男の子。私は諦めない。もう一度、今度は必ずあなたを私のものにするわ。
Sages of Humans 59. Probably, yeah.
そのための種子がまいた。ええ、運命は結ばれたのよ。
Concerning? The thrill grew as she spoke. Cinderella shivered as she wrapped herself in her wings. A shadow then approached behind her.
どうしたことだこれは。お前ともあろう者が随分苦戦したようじゃ。
Who the hell is this?
アグリッパか。
Cinderella's expression turned calm as she turned around. There was a tall, eerie figure, almost thin as wire, wrapped in a black robe. Covered with a mask, it was hard to decipher its gender or if it was even human. However, the eyes that peered from the mask were distinctive.
ダストの動きが不自然ゆえ様子を見に来たが、例のエンシェント級は国化できたのか？
錬金術師どもの邪魔が入ったの。取り逃がしてしまったわ。
はあ、お前が苦戦するとは。 なかなかの手だれだったようじゃな。
さあ、興味ないわ。
Hiding her excitement from earlier, she spoke nonchalantly.
おお、体内のダストがそんなに減っておるではないか。見せてみよ、コルネリア。まさかコアまで傷つけられたのか。
Oh, so that's her real name. Cornelia is her real name. Okay.
平気よ。このくらいの損傷、自分でどうとでもできる。
Why is it still Cinderella then? Didn't it change? As the masked figure extended its hand, she swatted it away and quickly turned her back.
さっきの連中、きっとまた来るわね。送信を助けて、本気でオブリビオンを止めるつもりみたい。
念のため作品の完成を急ぐとするかの。不完全な家臣を我が英知によって作り変えてやろうぞ。
素敵。うまくいくといいわね。
Cinderella did not seem to particularly care as the masked phantom let out an eerie laugh. Arya's back on the team. Yeah, we're gonna stop there. We had to go a bit over time, but I needed to have like a stopping point so that I can like do the farming off stream. And we have a heart scene in the next time when we come back, but yeah, probably that's some of the characters new. Maybe, yeah. Either that or it's just like someone new entirely, but we'll see. But we're gonna stop here for now. We'll continue this next week, and like I said, I'll do the farming for materials off stream, which is kind of why like I had to like push through and finish that entire scene so that I can like save here. I have like a good save point here. So yeah, I'll just do the farming off stream and then get the materials, and then when we come back next week, we're gonna go into this heart scene and then on to whatever other main story missions is up next, hopefully with better equipment. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. For our next stream, it's gonna be this Saturday. We'll be continuing the Victoria 3 portion of the Batua half campaign. Like I said, there was something wrong or something broken with the mod, so hopefully the people working on the converter have like a fix for me that I can do. Otherwise, we're just gonna play through the half campaign with like a feature that's just not working properly, because I don't really want to start over or start the Victoria 3 portion over. So I would have to like reconvert probably, maybe. We'll see if they come up with a fix. But anyway, thanks to Steel, Spar, and okay, there's more. Thanks to Steel, Spar, Golden Fish, thanks. Maxi, My6R8Y, Zen Gaming, Lakshay, Sansan Wall, and Shuboyop Gamer 3817, and another dude whose name I can't read. Thanks for dropping by. For everyone else, wherever and whenever you're watching from, whether it's live or the VOD, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch, have a good day, good night, take care, and I'll see you on Saturday for some Victoria 3.